afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg. Ohio State quarterback Julian Sand was named a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. The 6th under head coach Ryan Day. Sand will look to be the first Buckeye to win since Troy Smith in 2006, Saturday night in New York City. College hoops, Ohio State hosts number 13 Illinois at 7:30. Coverage of the Fan starts at 6:30. Baseball, first baseman Kyle Schwarber is returning to the Phillies on a 5-year, $150 million deal. The Middletown, Ohio native led the National League with 56 homers last season. NHL tonight, Blue Jackets visit the Hurricanes at 7:30. NFL, 44-year-old Phillip Rivers worked out for the quarterback thin Colts. He's a semifinalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame's 2026 class, but his clock would reset 5 years if he were signed and activated. This update sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here with the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner Funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, back at it on a Rando Tuesday. No Tap Dance Tuesday. All the press conferences are bought and paid for until game week, supposedly. We'll see. We are Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes to my right. The rhyme time behind the glass. Boys, how we feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Hey, I may need a hug from you at some point today. You may have your wrap your arms around Reds Nation as well. As,
I saw the big Schwabowski.
We were kind of hoping that, the kid from Middletown would come on home, right? But no, he's staying in Philly, so I'm a little down about that because, the outlook for my team's looking a little bleak in the spring. But other than that, man, I'm looking good. You're looking good. Rhyme time's looking good, so that means we're feeling good today.
Were your Reds not willing to pay him $30 million a year to hit a baseball?
I mean, they're going to try to sell everybody that they made a nice offer to him, but I don't think any of us are going to really buy it, knowing how our baseball team really gets down. But, I guess they made an effort, and I'm using air quotes when I said that. So, whatever, we'll move on, but a little hurt about it. A little hurt about it because it's something we needed. How you feeling today? You good?
Feeling good.
Good, man.
Let's do it to it. Oh. Like Sonny Pruitt used to do it. I feel like I just watched the end of The Price is Right.
Yeah.
You know the beef I have with this show.
I'm with you on that.
I love the show. Grew up watching the show. On vacation. Wherever we were. Dad flipped it on.
That was a staple, huh?
We never got out of the hotel room until 11:30 in the morning or later. We're a sleep-in crowd.
I'm with that.
Got that from my dad.
Yeah, I'm with that.
We'd flip on The Price is Right. And I didn't know at that young age the reason my dad was watching that show was for the models, not for the games. I understood it later in life, and I never understood the tiebreaker. I think The Price is Right rules may be worse than the college football playoff. And that's hard for me to say because the college football playoff is flawed. It's flawed. Not to the crazy reason about Notre Dame not getting in. It's the fact that if the whole criteria is getting the 12 best, then you can't have auto qualifiers anymore. You just can't. And I've heard some people talk about, this is going to drive Notre Dame to join a conference and all that. I don't think it will. And you guys tell me, do you know about this protection rule for next year?
Yeah, that they're automatically in if they're, ranked inside the top 12? What is that?
What is that?
That's garbage is what it is. It's garbage.
Who paid for that?
I don't know. TLC maybe. I don't know what's going on, but when I saw that, I said, what are we doing? Like
some sort of memorandum of understanding?
That's a joke.
What, for only one team?
Yeah, I can't get down with that. I can't get down with that. There cannot be an automatic, hey, welcome to the dance just because you're ranked inside the top 12 next year, regardless of how you got there, how your team's looking at the time, who you beat, who you didn't beat.
Matty, I'm okay.
What's going on?
Building in that insulation. As long as you do it for everybody. Yeah. Like, why just Notre Dame?
This is what Cole gave the committee to decide this rule.
Drugs? Was that a drop? I was looking down.
Yes.
All right. I know you have access to his array of drops. I sometimes when I'm not looking, I can't tell whether it's live or Memorex. I'm not really sure.
Oh, man.
Dated reference there. But my feeling, because my beef with The Price is Right for people that just tuned in. My beef with that is if Maddie and I are up for the showcase showdown and his showcase is $30,000 and he bids $30,100 and my showcase is $25,000 and I bid $18,000 and I'm $7,000 off and you're $100 off and I win, that's a problem.
The math ain't mathin'.
That's a problem. The closest to the number has to win. And if there's a tie, go spin that big damn wheel again. Or play cliffhanger. Or throw down. Or go to the putting mat. Like, do something.
You probably crushed that, the putting mat.
Well, Bob Barkley was damn good at that putting thing.
Long drive contest?
No, see, I think that's unfair.
Yeah.
I don't even like long drive proximity prizes at scrambles. Because I think it eliminates 80% of the field the second you tee off. I do. Even though you have to be in the fairway. Okay. I think that's a tough one. I don't got to worry about it. Yeah, I don't either. No,
like I'm in that contest all the time. I hit bombs.
Oh.
Straight?
Flex on us, Ryan Time.
You're not long and wrong.
It's my strong
You're long
suit.
And right.
Off the tee. It's my strong suit.
Flex on them, Ryan Time.
My goodness.
Got our own Bryson DeChambeau in this thing.
Very proud of you. That's very nice.
That's nice. You guys need a hired gun. It's Reimer
There he is.
or your scramble. You can't do much else, but let's go.
Exactly.
Hey, that's all you in a scramble. You always want to have a bomber if you can get one. But anyway, I think the college football playoff is weird with and I'm all for the little guy. You know me. I like it. It's just I'm more in basketball, March Madness we don't care because the little guy every now and then beats the big boy.
And the 3-point shot is a neutralizer in basketball, right? Like it's not like a little guy in football is going to be able to just, hey, we're going to go over the top of your defense time and time again to get quick points or whatever it may be. Like we've seen basketball teams be able to heat up because of the 3-point shot. That's just not available in football. And then you get to the physicality part of it, right? Where you're talking 4- and 5-star guys against guys that maybe had a couple D1 offers, and that's your roster top to bottom. They're not going to be able to go blow for blow. And that's why, like, you look at a couple of these early matchups, the James Madison game, the Tulane game, like, there's a real chance those games get out of hand quickly. Mm-hmm. And especially when you give teams preparing a couple weeks for a week or two for teams like that as well to really hone in on their weaknesses, those teams feel like they're in trouble. So that's my only kind of pushback on that. Because, I know a lot of people love Cinderellas, and I get it, especially in basketball. I understand that. I've never thought we would see a sustained run for a Cinderella in football. I just don't think we're ever going to see it.
I think you'll see a random upset. I don't know whether they can go all the way, and rarely does Cinderella go all the way in March Madness. They can get to the Final Four, and we love it. The other reason I think that it's okay in basketball is that, you're dealing with, like, teams in the 60s deciding whether they're in or not. You're not dealing with the 13th team, and I think that's a problem because I think most people, if they're really being objective, they know that Texas and Notre Dame and Vandy and teams like that are probably better than JMU and Tulane.
For sure.
So that goes to the deserving, which the committee has slanted towards the auto qualifier. And, I started looking at, people were yelling that these teams lost their championship games and the only team that didn't drop was Bama. Where are we going to drop them? Like, you tell me, where do you drop Bama for losing to number 4 like the way they did? And I understand. You want to look at it as a one-game season? That's up to you. The committee doesn't do that. They're not going to take 4 straight ranked wins with no bye week. And they're not going to rip those away from Bama. And they're not going to fault them for having to beat Georgia twice. I think where people are yelling is that, okay, they didn't look good in that game. Mm-hmm. And they didn't look like they belonged in that game. But, Notre Dame, win one of your big games. Win one of them. Like, win one of them. Vandy, like, I look at Vandy, and it's like, I know all 10 and 2s aren't created equal. You lost at Bama, and you lost to Texas, and the teams you beat didn't hold up their end of the bargain. South Carolina didn't hold up their end of the bargain. LSU didn't hold up their end of the bargain. Mm-hmm. Your resume looked worse, and then you didn't help yourself by beating one of those teams, especially a team like Bama, even though that was on the road, and you weren't even really in that game. So, I can't really cry for some of these teams that feel like they deserve to be in over Bama.
From some of the things I've seen, and look, that's just my pocket of social media over the last couple days, is the Notre Dame fans, the Miami fans are looking at Bama and saying, well, what about that Florida State loss? Like the weight of that loss, they're zeroing in on that because
one loss in week 1.
That's what they're saying. Because to Bama's credit, I guess if we want to go down the good loss road, I mean, outside of that, it's losing to Oklahoma and losing to Georgia. right?
2 playoff teams.
And so, yes, but that's what I've seen, AR, is that those fan bases are saying that Florida State loss should be hurting them more.
More than who?
That Notre Dame and Miami fans just think that
well, Miami's in.
No, I'm saying Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Okay.
That's the program that their fan base is saying that should be the reason why we're in and they're out, I guess.
So they're applying this. Their logic is since Bama has a really bad loss, we're going to discount their very good wins, and Notre Dame has 2 very good losses, and we're actually going to give that to them. But don't worry about all the lack of wins they had.
Right.
So one bad loss for Bama should drag them all the way out.
That's what some of their fans think.
Versus beating 5, 16, 14, 11 in a row at that time, who they were at that time. And I'm not saying Notre Dame from an eye test. You line them up against Bama right now. That's a very even game to me. Like maybe Notre Dame would be favored in that game.
I think they would.
But that's not how this works. I'm looking at Notre Dame's schedule right now. Just win one of them. Just win one. And by the way, they had no argument over Miami with the Pitt game because Miami did the same thing to Pitt, and they did it to them this week. Yeah. So it's there's a flaw in the system on the qualifiers. That's the flaw. If you want the best 12 in, then you got to get rid of that. We'll continue to look at that as we move along. We got Adam King from 10 TV today. Tyvis Powell at 1:30. Austin Ward at 2:30 talking Bucks. Up next, do the Buckeyes need to cut a distraction? Is it even a distraction? We'll talk about it next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Got this. Breathe. You got this. You got it.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Fall is a season of change, and Hinderer Motor Company is turning over a new leaf with big savings. This is Justin Hinderer. Right now, any one of our participating locations is paying up to $3,500 over Kelley Blue Book value. That's right. Drive in your current vehicle and leave with one of ours today. Don't wait. The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today. Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're tracking cloudy skies here for today with highs into the upper 30s this afternoon. Also fairly breezy. South winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. As we head into tomorrow, we're tracking even windier conditions as winds can gust up to over 40 miles per hour here as we go through the day. We're also looking at some rain and snow showers and highs into the 40s. That's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Now you can watch Rothman and Ice.
Go to YouTube and search 97.1 The Fan.
Rothman is wearing the pancake makeup, so you might as well watch. Back to Rothman and Ice.
I'm having a sidebar conversation with a Notre Dame buddy of mine. And I just kind of needled it a little bit just to kind of get it going. Stoke the flames a little bit, Maddie. You know, you just throw out like a one texter just to...
Being a little petty right now? Yeah,
I don't know if
like
it's petty.
That.
I think it's just more of like to get him talking.
Okay.
Like, I said, wow, bad look for Notre Dame.
I mean, he can't deny that. They can't deny that.
No, hang on. He's got a response to that. Because I put student athlete, right. And he writes back, I disagree with you. They're sending a message that the system is flawed. And I wrote back to him, eye test can't carry the day. Like, that can't be the overwhelming thing. Because most Notre Dame fans are saying, Bama's been leaking oil for weeks. They looked horrendous in an SEC title game, that they're not the same team we are right now. But it is body of work at the end of the right. It can't just be.
For sure. And you can't invest in the eye test too, AR, when it's down the stretch. It's Pitt, Syracuse, and Stanford. Like, well, yes, they did dominate. Scoreboard tells us they were whooping 70-7 against Syracuse, 49-20 against Stanford. But how much weight do those really hold when it comes to the eye test? The eye test should be really good against programs like that. So to your point, you had an opportunity early in the year, right? You had Miami. You had A&M. You lost both of those. You handled business against USC.
One of them.
USC, who's been a good team this year. But those are the two they needed. They needed one of them.
Just one of them.
They needed one of them. So, yeah, that's exactly what they needed, and that's what held them back.
I think Notre Dame fan also is pretty level-headed in knowing that their argument isn't with Miami. Their argument was with Bama. Or it is now. Like, that's from my friends that are Notre Dame fans, and I have two very good friends that are huge Notre Dame fans, and I certainly have some affection for their history, but because of the memorabilia collection with Rudy and all that. But I feel that their argument is with Bama. They were hoping that the committee would look at Bama and say, hey, they're just not that good. And we are. And we didn't play each other. And who would you rather have in that game, Bama versus Notre Dame? They were playing that card. They were playing the eye test card, which is the card they needed to play. It's just not enough. They weren't going to punish Bama for making the SEC title game, and they weren't going to punish Bama for playing a game on a neutral field against number 4 and a team they beat earlier in the year on the road. Like, they're looking at that as a wash. Like, you went to Georgia and won on the road, and then they took you apart in a conference title game. So if you don't play, you don't have 3 losses. And Notre Dame and Miami are sitting at home with no risk.
Right.
Like, there was no risk at all. The thing about Ohio State now that I think the narrative coming out of the Big Ten title game is the stuff we mentioned yesterday and how much of a factor going forward. I think Buckeye fan is kind of in that, boy, it's not that they took Indiana lightly, because that's not a trap game. That's number 2. That's for a conference title. Their coach was saying all the right things. We want the number 1 seed. We want to win a conference title. We haven't been there in a long time. We respect Indiana. They didn't just creep up on everybody. We saw what they were doing this year. So that was not a trap game. But I think the narrative, Maddie, coming out of it is that the guy calling plays has 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and it's a distraction, whether you like it or not. His time was split. And then you add in the dash of coming off an emotional win over Michigan and the whole calendar with signing week. I also think that you got to be very careful going down this road, because then it sounds like excuses. Like, I watched that game. Those guys were into that game. That game was intense. That wasn't they weren't just laying down, or it felt like both teams really wanted to win. But Brian Hartline did admit, this is an interview. Rhymes, tell me where you think this is when he was going back to South Florida.
This was at South Florida. I think just at an opening press conference for him. So here it is.
Back at Ohio State, the staff there is exceptional, and so to have both of those is really good. Frankly, I would say last week was the hardest week, just with the amount of things that were moving and being pulled away and all these things. Once we kind of get through, I think this week we have a little bit of time to get back to take a breath, get organized, and then be able to operate a little bit from afar, and also be cleaner there. So I'm going to feel a lot better moving forward than it was last week. Last week was a tough week.
He admitted. And that didn't come off to me as excusing it. That came off as this was not an ideal situation for me.
Yeah, I mean, you are now the head coach of another program, and you've got to get those things in order while also locking in on the number 2 team in the country and attacking or trying to attack one of the best defenses in the country. And then on top of that, you had the whole Chris Henry situation going on as well. And I don't know how involved Brian was with that. Maybe that was more of the Coach Day thing after we found out that he was kind of questioning where he wanted to go. And so, yeah, I could completely understand why maybe some things would be off with the process of the week. And maybe that was some of the reason why we saw the offense look clunky. But to me, like at the end of the day, you just got to tip your cap to Indiana and what they were able to do and how they just won the game at the line of scrimmage and how they were able to get after Julian time and time again. But there's that part of it. There's also the lack of execution for Ohio State. They marched down the field and got into the red zone. The offense was moving and had their chances to score, and they didn't cash in late in the third quarter, late in the fourth quarter when they needed it. So I don't know if I can point to those things not working, and the reason why they didn't work is because Hartline is now the head coach of USF. I don't really see it that way, while also understanding while the lead up to that game wasn't something that they were used to. But when you get to Saturday and that ball kicks off, you got to it comes down to execution.
So there's the big thought now is, what do you do? Do you believe that the next 3 weeks, you believe Brian Hartline that the next 3 weeks, now you can settle in, focus on the game plan and make this run? Or do you think that in the back of his mind, he's human and he's going to have he's not going to take every last waking minute to focus on the playoff, that he has to now double up his duty a little bit? Because if you dismiss him and you let him go, I guess then Ryan handles the offense, which he can and has. And I don't view this as a disaster if he stays. I think it's certainly a topic. I think it's one that only they would know, because I can't sit here and say he's not focused. I don't know that. I think that would just be plain results on the week. And that's why, and I won't do that, because to your point, I think that in that game, it was pretty intense. There was situational coaching that game that went Indiana's way. Mm-hmm. Indiana probably called a little more aggressive game because they felt they had to, and they leaned into it. And Ohio State played back to a little more conservative nature and ran their offense a little bit into Indiana's strength, which was their D-line. So it reminded people, obviously, of the Michigan game a year ago. So I'm not in the camp of you got to let him go. I feel like if you did, it doesn't mean you're not winning the title. And I think if he stays, it doesn't mean you're not winning the title. I cannot put a quantitative, I can't really decide right now because I think coming off the loss, it's very convenient. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's convenient to play the result of, and then he admitted it, okay, I had a lot on my plate. But now he just admitted that stuff's kind of off my plate, that the introductory week and all that is gone, and now I can settle in. So I can only trust him as a Buckeye alum and someone that has a lot of stake in this team winning, repeating, that he will be all in. I wouldn't know how to measure it.
I feel that way too. I would maybe lean a little bit into maybe there needs to be a decision whether he's in or out and like really have a conversation about the out part if your head coach wasn't an offensive-minded guy that's run the show before, right? If you're talking about if Coach Day was a defensive-minded guy, never really called plays on offense, or there wasn't another guy that we've seen over the years that's really kind of been on deck to take over that gig, then I would be like, okay, you know what? Maybe there needs to be a shift there. But with Hartline and the trust that you have in Coach Day, like I just think things will be in order the rest of the way, the lead up to this game. And so I'm not concerned about that. I'm not concerned about it. Like you said, it's easy to point to that when you watch for the first time all year as a Buckeye fan, your offense kind of be stuck in the mud. That's easy to do, but you just got to trust in what the man said. And you got to trust in, like you said, him being a Buckeye at his core and him wanting to finish this job, because that's also something you want on your resume as well, going down to South Florida. Not only the stuff that you've done already, but hey, man, I was a part of a team that went back-to-back, and I was the play caller for a team that went back-to-back, and this is what you're getting down here in South Florida. So I'm not overly concerned about it. I think those guys will get things ready to rock and roll, and I think whoever they get on the other side of that bye, they'll be ready to cook.
This may sound weird, but I'd almost be more concerned for Ohio State fan if they squeaked it out. And I think the humbling of the loss, I think the feeling of the loss should remotivate and should almost put a scare into him that now there's no balancing. You have to be all in. And the way I say that is because Ryan has to now decide, coming off of that game, whether he feels like they can really attack this the way they attacked it last year. And if he can't, then he has to professionally make that decision to say, Brian, we're going to move on without you go and handle your business. I think the loss in itself is a motivator. The other thing now that Brian kind of knows he's got a little bit of a fire under him here to be all in. And so if he was trying to balance the plates, Red Panda, if he's trying to do that, I think the loss actually creates an all-in or an all-out view now.
I don't know if he can be all in. I just don't know if that's possible with all the things he's still got to do. Like, you're a head coach now somewhere else.
You don't think he's feeling the heat from the loss?
I'm sure as a competitor he's feeling something, but I just don't know if you can have singular focus on one thing right now because of the duties that are around the corner for you. I don't know.
You
if
didn't like
possible.
the Red Panda analogy? Get him on that unicycle and see how he does. 2 minutes. We got Adam King. He was in Indy. And we'll get his feeling on whether he has the same feeling from last year to this year. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years, and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL, 614-962-7355, or selltohometeam.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. It's cold here in Central Ohio. You know that, Columbus. And if you spent last winter thinking you need new windows, but you didn't want to spend the money, well, it's a good thing you waited. Because right now, during Window Nation's end-of-year sale, you can get 50% off, plus get 0% interest for 5 years. Not only could you get affordable custom windows, but shorter wait times mean you'll get them fast. And Window Nation will install them in 1 day while keeping your home warm and dry. Once they're installed, your new windows instantly stop those cold, wintry drafts better than the big-name brands. They also seal out moisture and are so energy efficient, you'll actually save money on your monthly utility bills. Plus, they're backed with a lifetime warranty. With such great windows and service, it's no wonder Window Nation has over 45,000 five-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Window Nation's end-of-year sale is your chance to save big with 50% off all window styles, plus 0% financing for 5 years. The sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to get started. Window Nation, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Miss a minute of Rothman and Ice? Check out the podcast.
Type in Rothman and Ice wherever you get your podcasts. Download and subscribe.
Back to Rothman and Ice.
All right, it's the man who returns texts every 19 hours.
That checks out.
Adam King, 10 TV.
He's also the man that comes into the studio, AR, and leaves the door cracked open. You know, so this guy is just.
Can I ask?
We have a seal here.
Was
that
there
we like?
Was there a chance that the last person sitting in this chair was 7 foot tall?
I don't know who was sitting there. Yeah, I don't know who was sitting there.
I feel like
Uncle
I'm on
Dom
the
was here
floor.
earlier.
Oh, okay. We can get you a booster seat.
That's what I'd really appreciate.
like.
What happened to the Texas A&M tie you had on earlier? That maroon you had.
I had a maroon tie on.
Yeah.
I'm a big maroon guy. And so
Maroon 5?
Yeah, a big Maroon 5 guy.
All right.
I like when they sing real high. I don't know what I'm going to do with my wardrobe here if things play out as they're expected to with the Cotton Bowl.
Oh yeah, gig 'em.
I'm going to have to throw everything
you're
away.
going to be all gig 'em. All giggity.
You know, I just want to say, looking at the bracket, it is beautiful that we have created a system in modern college football where the better you play and the more games you win, the worse path you get. It is a magical thing that we have built here, and it's happened now 2 years in a row. I will say, have you seen who Ohio State would have played if they had kept the same rules as last year?
No, I have not seen that.
Okay, so if they had done the automatic bids like they did last year that get a bye, right? Ohio State would have played James Madison.
Beautiful.
And then Tulane.
James Madison is a 21-point dog in their game, and I believe Tulane is 14 to 17-point dog in their game.
This is the pinnacle of college football. This is what we wanted, and you know what? Let's expand it.
So what you're saying is Saturday night actually mattered.
Get me Kennesaw State. I mean, the fact that we left
Kennesaw Mountain Landis?
Yes, I want every Power 5 team to have to sit there and watch Appalachian State and everybody else get their shot at the big guys.
Brutal, isn't it? Brutal, man.
I mean, we all looked at it last year. Oregon couldn't have liked seeing Ohio State there, but Ohio State was an 8. That's what they were.
But that's because the 8 and the 9 are very interesting spots. They're teams that are good that have had a hiccup in the year. This year it's a little different because Alabama, it was weird with the SEC championship. But, you think that Indiana's sitting there excited if they get Alabama?
Sure.
I don't think so.
Well, who?
This year's Alabama?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Indiana likes their bracket.
They're not.
No.
Really?
What did you want them to get? They're going to get somebody in a semifinal, or in a quarterfinal.
Yeah, but I look at last year. I mean, Oregon, if they had won, would have gotten Texas, while Penn State got Notre. It was just so lopsided for the 1 seed. You don't want to be the one. I think inside the Woody there was a big sign that said, "Don't get the 1 seed. Whatever you do, Julian, take a knee on the QB sneak. You don't want that 1 seed."
I would rather be on Indiana's side of the bracket.
No. What?
Yeah, I would. With the way Alabama and Oklahoma have looked.
I agree with Maddie
I
on
said
this
yesterday, AK,
100%.
the only team that I would truly be concerned about if I was Indiana is Oregon, honestly.
I think you would be concerned about Oregon and Texas Tech.
And Tech a little bit, sure.
I think a lot of people are sleeping on Texas Tech. I think
no one's sleeping on them. They got to buy. He's sleeping on
They
them.
got to buy, but people are acting like it's a throwaway for this man right here.
They don't
Look
move.
at his
They
face.
don't move me that much.
Look at his face.
They're not
Texas
your
Tech.
typical
They
football
don't.
brand, and maybe
Well,
that's
it's not even that. It's just this year, like I just don't think their ceiling is as high as a team like Indiana. So it would be Oregon for me. Like to me, that's the only team they should be worried about.
Who do you want Ohio State to get?
It's a good question.
Thank you.
I think obviously Miami's they're a disaster. Like I think the dream scenario is Miami beats Texas A&M and then they revert back to the Miami we all know when they play Ohio State. Because
then it's that defense, right?
Yeah, when Carson Beck sees a bad or a good defense,
When things go south.
They go south.
Yeah, they do.
You watch a Carson.
Marcel's not great in the red zone, but he's so much more dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
he's more of a
I
threat.
do
Yeah.
think that Texas A&M's defense is, Swiss cheese. If you want a boost for the offense, play Texas A&M.
Here's what scares me though about that.
Okay.
After what we just saw Indiana do, their D line to Ohio State's offensive line. You're talking about the number one team in the country in sacks, A&M, tied for first.
That is their. No, you're exactly right. That is the strength of their team,
and it's in Dallas.
Dallas. So I think
you'll be wearing Maroon 5.
I think you root for Miami, and then you hope that when Carson Beck sees Arvell Reese, he just throws the ball 800 feet in the air.
Yeah, that's right.
I agree.
Two tough questions for you. Which one do you want first?
The number second.
Exactly. The number second is, was the line for the St. Elmo shrimp cocktail in the press box as long as I heard it was? And did you get one?
Okay, so here, let me. Here's what I learned in Indy. All right, they had cookies and they had St. Elmo shrimp at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you couldn't be on polar opposites. So you know what I did?
Some people don't like shellfish, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you know what I did is I grabbed a couple cookies. Because the shrimp line was longer than the line to get into Lucas Oil
so the
Stadium.
rumors are true.
I mean, it felt like murmurings went through the crowd. They were like, "They got shrimp. They got shrimp."
They got the sauce.
Everybody rose
St.
up.
Elmo's.
Everybody rose up, and they were all in line. And so I got some cookies. So then I'm eating my cookies, and I look, and the shrimp lines died down. So then I had shrimp. And then while I'm eating my shrimp,
bad combo,
I'm drinking my coffee, and I'm like, this combination,
coffee, shrimp, and a cookie.
It was horrid.
It's a press box hat trick.
Yes, and then when he missed the field goal, I could feel the coffee and the shrimp and the cookies all mixing together. I'm like, oh gosh.
When they took the close up of Ryan Day after I think he just said he missed it. Like I think I read it was like he missed it. Like it was like. He couldn't believe it. I
won't call them out. I won't say by name, but there was somebody in the press box that said as he kicked it, he's going to miss this. When they said it, and when they said
27-yarder. He had made a 30-yarder.
And when they said it, I just kind of felt like you feel that in your shoulders, just like
somebody associated with Ohio State media. Just give us one side or the other.
Anything.
Well, it's okay if an Indiana person said it. It wouldn't have that red. I'm reading you at the poker table right now. It must be somebody at least that covers Ohio State.
It was somebody that covers Ohio State.
Okay, because you wouldn't have said it if it was some indiscriminate Indiana reporter.
Well, yeah, if an Indiana reporter stood up and said he's going to miss it, I would be like, well, that's a weird. That's a weird thing to do in a press box.
Let me ask you this.
Well, wait, he had two questions. That was the second one.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The second one, and who knows? Maybe the second one is more about the Hartline situation.
Oh, okay. That's not as fun.
Who do you truly believe had their fingerprints all over those play calls on Saturday night? Did Ryan take some of them? Did he veto some of them? Was this Brian Hartline 100%? Where are you on this?
I think it was a crazy week inside the Woody. And I think that the preparation the offense typically does was not met to the standard it is typically met. And as you know, the standard is the standard, the routine's the routine. And so...
but what about situationally in the game? Like you could see what was...
I think that Brian Hartline was calling the plays. I think Ryan always has the ultimate veto decision, but I do think that was called by Brian Hartline.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm ready. I apologize. I cut you off for him. I shouldn't have done that.
He did a great thing while you were gone several weeks ago. I was telling this story. I don't remember even what it was. And Cole was so hell-bent on talking about something. There was an intensity to him.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam looks at him and goes, hey, He's telling a story.
Yeah, Colt.
It was pretty good. I got to give him.
Rothman's just in the middle of the story, and Colt's like, and anyway, that's why I feel NASCAR doesn't get enough respect. And I'm like, Colt, what are you doing? He's like a guy middle of a stand-up set that stands up to tell everybody he's going to the bathroom. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Here's what I want to ask you real quick.
Right.
You were around last year's team when they had to get off the mat.
That's right.
Being around this year's team, having to kind of get off the mat a little bit. Not the same vibe, clearly. You think they're capable of that? You think these guys are mentally prepared to go down this road again?
1,000%. I loved the energy after the loss because I thought we were going to get, I don't know if a bit of division is the word, and not just because it was the first loss. That sometimes happens when guys inherently point fingers when something goes wrong. Not an ounce.
Okay.
These guys walked into that room to talk to us, and they said, we're on. We're on to the playoff. We know what we can be. That was the conversation in there. We are an angry team that is beyond frustrated about what just happened, and we're going to use every ounce of that to make sure it never happens again.
There it is.
It's a different anger, though.
It is.
It has to be.
But I think it's a. If I could,
they're not as doubted this year as they were last year.
If I could put the anger into words, I think it is a team that felt that they were so much better than what they played as they were, and they were mad at themselves. And I think that's a good place to be. It's like when you tell somebody, I'm going to empty the dishwasher, and then you forget to do it. You can only be mad at yourself in that moment. It's an anger to make sure you never forget again.
Send that off to South Bend, Indiana. See how they take your analogy. The old dishwasher.
They disrespected Pop-Tarts, and I won't stand for that.
They did do that.
Good to see you, my man, as always.
Hey,
Thanks,
it is the best part of my now Tuesdays because Mondays, Jake Diebler takes precedent.
That's
I'm
absolutely
going to talk to him about that. It's a little rude.
The other difference is Ohio State's a 2 this year, getting a bye, and they were at 8 last year, coming off a loss to Michigan. So it's got a little different vibe. Going in this year. All right, that's our friend Adam King from 10 TV. He'll saunter back to his cubicle and stare at his press passes. We will come back with Fool's Paradise, and the Fan Fantasy Football Playoff bracket is set. Let you know what it is next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
Have a good day. Stay warm. So my teenage son just went to school in shorts and a hoodie. It's 3 degrees. At least I know he'll be warm in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Ah, you do want the coat.
My phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life. There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Planning to buy a home in 2026? Not sure where to start? The Ohio Housing Finance Agency can help. With a step-by-step homebuyer's guide and financial tools, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency can make homeownership part of your future. Eligible homebuyers may qualify for down payment assistance and reduced mortgage interest rates. To see if you qualify and to find a mortgage lender, visit myohiohome.org. Again, that's myohiohome.org. Homeownership. Make it part of your future. Sponsored by the Ohio Housing Finance Agency, aired by the Ohio Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
The Christmas cash giveaways now at United Dairy Farmers. Registered U-drivers who buy specially marked products like hot breakfast sandwiches, fresh apple fritters, iced coffee, Coke, and Pepsi can play to win prizes instantly. Like freebies, $1,000 each week, and the $15,000 grand prize. Because at UDF is made for you. No purchase necessary. Visit udrivecontest.com for official rules.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Wealth Advisors. Get a complimentary second opinion to see if your portfolio is properly designed to achieve your goals before it's too late. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Skyline's Mac and Cheese 3-Way is back. This time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a Mac and Cheese 3-Way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/card FWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Airflow Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Let's scratch that fantasy football itch. It's Rothman and Ice's Fool's Paradise.
Sponsored by Buckeye Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, first of all, the floor is yours is going to be at 1 o'clock.
Let's go.
You guys know who you are.
Line them up.
But we want the newbies in here, too. 821-9710. I guess if you want to get in the queue now with Rhyme Time, you can do it.
Yeah.
It's like Baskin and Robbins. You know, you walk in, the digital sign is up there. Damn, 32. So anyway, you can do that, 821-9710, because the top of the hour will take your calls. On the floor is yours.
Yep.
We have brackets in football, brackets in fantasy. So we're set up, my man. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I've always felt like my teams are built for the regular season. I've had this problem before. I mean, it doesn't even make sense, the points I'm scoring, and now
going crazy.
I mean, it's just
going crazy.
It's a little nutty because I like having a high floor.
He won't say it, folks, but I'll say it for him. AO is the 1 seed in this thing. Finishes the regular season as the 1 seed, taking you to Skull 10-4, and then right behind him, Shaboy 10-4, combined 20-8 for us this year.
This desk
get the buys.
Are the 1 and 2 seed in the fantasy playoffs. And now we wait for the matchups in Week 16. Too bad we can't just rest our guys. We have to risk injury and all that.
You know, I mentioned yesterday how Kamani Vidal was a big-time waiver wire pickup for me this year. Probably one of the top 5, whatever, waiver wire pickups of the year. Your guy, Michael Wilson, for the Arizona Cardinals, man, has been lights out. The stat lines are crazy.
I'm going to have to get with Marvin Harrison Jr. and say, dude, shut her down. Just don't risk the heel problem. We don't need that. Just shut her down. I'm with you. I think I still have regret years ago on not waiver claiming Puka Nacua when he came out of nowhere. Yeah. And I had the claim, and I'm like, I'm not buying that this is a week-to-week thing. Mm-hmm. And we all have fantasy regrets. But I'm glad you mentioned like who your favorite pickup's been, who your favorite draft pick has been. Yeah. I think those are fun to look back.
Yeah, because my team kind of went through it, man. We had injuries, we had baby mama drama going on, and all that type of stuff, man. You know, we had a lot to work through this year, and we still found a way to be the 2 seed in this thing.
Who's your favorite draft pick of yours?
My favorite draft pick I mean, the Trey McBride experience has just been easygoing, but I didn't see this coming from Pickens. So I got to go George Pickens. I could easily go Trey McBride, but with the year that George Pickens is having down there in Dallas, that's got to be it for me. He's been incredible for the most part.
It's a toss-up for me between making sure I had Josh Allen, like just making sure I had him. That's a reach in our league. You have to reach. Everyone says wait for a quarterback. You and I don't wait too long.
No.
And so it's a toss-up between him and probably Achane, because a lot of people said, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a bad team. He can't sustain, a little injury prone. And I kept saying, nope. And Achane has been really good for me. He's got a little bit of a rib injury. I'm glad I don't need him this week. I think he could play. Maybe he will.
Yeah.
What I don't love is when I come back off the bye, he's got to go up against Cleveland, I think. Am I reading that? Or is that Cincinnati?
Check. That might be Cincinnati.
It's Cincinnati.
Since you mentioned,
it's Allen against Cleveland in Week 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned Achane, I would maybe, if you can, stash Jalen Wright. Like, he's one of those waiver wire guys, just in case the ribs, if he does go and get banged up again. I think that's a waiver wire name to watch is Jalen Wright down there in the 305.
Yeah.
But Achane, he's a complete back. He doesn't really have, like, the power, but I don't even know if he's necessarily needed in his career because they just find so many creative ways to get him the rock, and he's just highly productive because he can catch the rock, and he's explosive too. So, yeah, he's an absolute dude. He's a Texas A&M guy, isn't he? He's an Aggie, I believe. Achane, yeah, I think he came up out of it.
All right, so we got to lean in now. I'm not going to play my normal game. I know it's fantasy. It doesn't matter. All the matchup doesn't matter. Like, we got to get this now. Yeah. We got it. One of us has to get it. I'm done.
So, man.
Their time is done. It's our time.
We always say we're done, though, at the end of the year. And we're right
Not
back in this
anymore.
thing. This will be
Not
the
as
one
a 1 and a 2 seed getting buys. We cannot.
This will be the one that breaks you if it doesn't happen
No, I'm
this
just
year.
saying we can't answer the tough question of the presser with, we'll see. Like, we gotta lean in now.
We
and
do.
Get it.
I think a wide receiver to keep an eye on, Luther Burden III, up there in Chi-Town. Robodunze's got a foot injury. He missed the game against Green Bay.
By the way,
this
why aren't
past
they
week.
throwing to DJ Moore? What is going on there?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Where's he
that's
going?
That's a good question. But you had Burden step up, man. He had 4 catches in the game for 60. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 catches for 67 on 6 targets. So
who's the guy though that with the wild name that I can't pronounce that leapfrogged him?
Wild name that for Chicago?
Yeah.
Let me pull it up.
Olamide, or what's his?
Let's see what we got going on here.
Is it Manung guy?
No,
running back?
receiver.
Let's see what we got going on here.
Burden got leapfrogged by him with Odunze out. And
is it Zacchaeus?
That's him.
Is that the name you're looking
Yep, that's him. If that's how you pronounce it. I don't know much about him.
Day, AR, in this one. I'm only
seeing him too.
I'm only seeing 2 for 7.
Okay.
Quiet day for him. But to your point, they're hurting in the wide receiver room just a little bit. And you brought up DJ Moore. 1 catch for -4.
Maddie, I'm watching that game, and I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I was on the phone with the bro, and I'm like, where is he? Is he?
Yeah, they're getting some good stuff from their tight ends and Kmet and Loveland.
How about Tim Patrick for Jacksonville? Like if Parker Washington is out.
Okay. I'm not mad at it.
And we'll see if he comes back. He could be a guy to look at.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it at all.
And then you start. Oh, and by the way, tight end streamers.
Mm-hmm. Gesicki.
Look at Ohio. Look at Ohio. Yep. Look at Fannin. And look at Gesicki. Yeah. Assuming that T. Higgins is out, and I'm going to assume he is.
The concussion stuff for them, it wasn't a really good look, right? And some of the videos that are coming out with some of the hits that he took, and people really saying that dude shouldn't even be in the game after that. And so, yeah, would not be surprised at all if T. Higgins is out, and Gesicki's had his moments when Burrow's been in there. And so, I would absolutely pick up Mike Gesicki if you find out that T. Higgins is out.
All right, those are your Fool's Paradise for today as we now get to sit one out for a week and watch hopefully other teams go down the
My
tubes.
team's going down to Miami, and getting on a yacht with Timbs and jeans. You know what I mean? We're going to pull the Odell and that crew. That's what my team's going to do.
All right, if you're not going to Miami with Maddie's team, you're sticking around. It's Happy Honda Days at Germain Honda of Dublin. You can drive now into the season with rates as low as 0% and enjoy no payments for 90 days. Rich, I saw him this weekend. I love this dealership. I love how they treat their employees. Was at their holiday party, and they're a family, and they want you to be in theirs as well. And he's going to give you an extra $1,000 for your trade. Yes, an extra $1,000 for your trade. And you can get into a brand new Honda. They have leases now starting at only $239 a month. So it's not just a phrase, Happy Honda Days. It's a real deal, and it's happening at Germain Honda of Dublin. They're on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. Go online, look at all their vehicles at GermainHondaofDublin.com, and take advantage of this. No payments for 90 days and rates as low as 0%. Get after it. All right, we'll get after your phone calls, 821-9710. The floor is yours after a Fan Sports Update. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've hit your medical deductible, now's the time to see Dr. Mark Levy. Get a custom oral appliance that stops snoring and helps you ditch that CPAP and pay less out of pocket. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com before the year ends.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Every day, it's there. Matter of fact, it's the most predictable thing in your life, unfortunately. I'm talking about that chronic pain from whatever joint, the knees, the hips, the back, shoulders. But tomorrow you could wake up and it could all be gone. Some cases within a day because of a breakthrough treatment called stem wave therapy. Physicians in Europe, they were using it 20 years ago. Finally, it's here in the U.S., and there's a huge demand for it because patients can get relief from that acute pain, and now they're spreading the word. Here's the best detail about it. The device, it's both diagnostic and therapeutic. It helps Dr. Tesner and his medical team at QC find the problem and trigger your body's natural healing response. StemWave uses the same technology as lipotripsy. The sound waves penetrate deep in, spark blood flow at a cellular level. You're wondering if it's a good solution for your pain? QC Kinetics is making it easy. Your first stem wave treatment is only $49. So give them a call and find out about the $49 stem wave treatment here in Columbus at 380-208-4544.
Toyotathon is on. Get in the spirit of the season with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Corollas and Corolla hybrids. Excludes GR and Corolla Cross. Or lease a gas-powered 26 Corolla LE for $199 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Things are going to be busy between now and the end of the year. You got holiday gatherings, school functions for the kids, families are getting together. I know. Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and the last thing you want to worry about this holiday season is whether your roof is going to make it through another Ohio winter. One call to Victor's Home Solutions, my guys, to schedule that free 21-point roof inspection will put your your mind at ease. And you want to have a peaceful mind. A highly trained roof inspector will carefully examine every inch of that roof, checking the 21 most common areas of roofing failure. Then they go over their results with you and discuss your options going forward. Most of the time, problems can be fixed with a minor repair, but if it's time for a new roof, Victor's offers money-saving discounts and financing terms to make paying easy. And don't forget, they're so confident in their skilled installers, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. So call or go online and schedule the free 21-point roof inspection today. 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Don't let your insurance benefits go to waste. End the year sleeping better with Dr. Mark Levy's oral appliance. No mask, no noise, just results. Hurry, deductibles reset soon. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com today.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. The Heisman finalists are set for Saturday night in New York City. The coveted award for college football's top player will go to either Ohio State quarterback Julian Sand, Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia, or Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love. Sand aims to become the 8th Buckeye to win the award. College hoops tonight, Ohio State hosts number 13 Illinois at 7:30. Coverage on the Fan starts at 6:30. Baseball, Kyle Schwarber is returning to the Phillies on a 5-year, $150 million deal. Former Mets closer Edwin Diaz had a 3-year, $69 million deal with the Dodgers. NHL tonight, Blue Jackets visit the Hurricanes at 7:30. CBJ 13, 10, and 6 and 8th in the Metro Division. This update sponsored by Green & Sons, family owned and operated for over 45 years. Find your next Kubota tractor at Green & Sons, located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville in Raymond.
Matty was a big Browns fan. Scratch that, we mean he's a big fan of the former Browns. Oh, yeah. The Baltimore Ravens. This is Rothman and Ice.
Hour number 2. Tyvis Powell, 1:30. We'll break down the Browns and the Buckeyes with him. We'll do Party Like a Rothstar coming up. 821-9710 is our phone number if you want to grab a little action here. Your dime, your dance floor. We got some dudes in the queue, but you're more than welcome to call up and talk to Rhyme Time and tell him what you want to say, and then he'll put you on the air. Because I guess Cole sent him a message. TLC sent Rhymer a message and said, "Hey, get ready for your head to spin." And it's like taking a guy who can make a grilled cheese and then putting him in charge of like the kitchen at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And saying, "All right, go."
Yeah.
I think that's
now you're in charge of the risotto and all that stuff.
So now he's in charge.
Get on in here, 614-821-9710. Rhyme Time is ready to hear from you. We're ready to hear from you. One of my favorite segments of the week. Let's go.
Who do you want to lead off?
I've got batting leadoff, Danny in Delaware.
Oh, of course. Danny Dimes.
What up, Danny?
Danny from Delaware, the floor is yours.
Everybody hurts sometimes.
Hey, what's going on? This is Rhyme Time. Who am I talking to?
Boys, 24 seconds is not long enough to vent about the Buckeyes and the Browns, so we're going to pivot. Maddie, print the shirts. Stefanski for prison 2026. Honestly, I think he'd be happy there. He's been getting his cheeks clapped for the past years anyways.
Oh, man. Danny, was it the 2-point conversion that sent you over the top, brother? Was that it?
And then
I mean, that's one of many. One of many.
Okay. That was it. Okay, listen, I don't blame you at all. Where are you right now with Shador before we let you go? Where are you at with Shador?
He's taking us to the Super Bowl.
Okay, there it is. Heard enough.
What year?
Changing the dynamic of the division.
Okay.
That's what he's doing.
Okay. All right. I was going to.
Super Bowl champ.
There you go.
Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
This is Rhyme Time. Who am I talking to?
Print the shirt. Rhyme Time. You got to turn your mic off. You got to turn your mic off.
Oh, my gosh.
So that was the funniest thing that happened. So I told you your head was going to spin.
Oh,
so
man.
we're listening to our boy Danny Dimes from Delaware, and you're talking to the caller, and you're like, hello, this is the fan. I'm Ryan. What do you would like to... Why don't you just tell me what you'd like to say to the guys?
Here's the thing, though, AR. I thought maybe this was a bit that TLC...
No.
Well, here's the thing. I thought maybe TLC told him
better than
that I keep my mic on for the whole show, so you do the same thing. So I didn't know if it was a bit or not.
I'm sweating now.
I knew it wasn't because...
You're good, man.
You know, I've always nicknamed it open mic night over there because we can hear him sneezing, coughing, eating, choking,
Laughing,
whatever he's
everything,
doing.
yeah.
And talking to whoever. And so, all right, you're good. Hey, listen, that's one strike. You're behind in the count. It's no big deal.
Who we got next?
All right, this is going to be Joe from Marietta.
Okay.
Joe, the floor is yours, my man.
Hey, guys. Yeah, I just want to talk about how I don't understand why it's kind of getting misled about the Big Ten championship games, not the 8th and 6th seed we're playing anymore. It's like the number 1, number 2 seeds. It's how many Big Ten championship games would Michigan and Ohio State won in the past if they had to play the number 2 team in the Big Ten opposed to the number 7 team? And I get a lot of flack for that. I just think it's something that's kind of brushed over. I mean, we had to play a really good Indiana team. We didn't get to play Northwestern or Purdue or Iowa or a 15th ranked Wisconsin.
Well, we've done that in the past. You're right. I mean, once they switched and it's the 2 best teams that are playing in it, and that's what we always wanted because we didn't want Ohio State, if they lost to Michigan, if they were still the 2nd best team in the conference, to not get a chance to get revenge. So I'm with you on that.
I like it.
Okay.
I just think that it's I think it gets brushed over, and with that, the little girl is screaming for me. I got to go.
Listen, Joe, we appreciate you even extending the call.
Thank you guys so much for the call, man. I'll call back.
All right, bud.
All right, thank you,
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
The fact that he's like, all right, it's been about a minute now. She's still crying. Like,
maybe lunchtime. Maybe she's hungry. Who knows?
I want him to turn and say, I'm on the phone.
That's good stuff. Who we got next, Ryan Time?
All right, this is Dante from Columbus, and he wants to talk about the Brian Hartline situation.
Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
All right, bud. Floor is yours.
Yes, sir. So huge Ryan Day fan, but I think this is a huge mistake he's making. No CEO of any large company would ever let a guy at the position that Brian Hartline's holding to move forward when he comes out and says, look, I'm going to take another job. I'll give you my 2 weeks and we'll just wind it down. It just doesn't work. He's got 1 foot out the door. You see videos of him down there with the USF players, meetings with them on airplanes, just yucking it up, having a good time. So there's no doubt that this is a major, major distraction. On the flip side, the guy's been fantastic, greatest wide receiver recruiter in the country. But at this point, it's time to cut the ties, let it loose. We've been struggling on the offensive side of the ball, so it's time to cut him loose.
So I think it's a pretty measured take by you, Dante. I feel like this is something that behind the scenes you got to look in that guy's eyes and you got to decide whether this is on the right side or the wrong side. And I don't know if it's a great situation either way because Brian Hartline is still emotionally invested. I think what he's questioning is whether he's professionally invested. I think there are 2 different things. And I think Brian certainly wants the best for Ohio State. First of all, he's a part of this staff. If they repeat, he wants to be a part of it. And all the guys, all the offensive guys that he coaches. But Brian would have to then admit it. Admit what the accusation is that he's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and he's distracted. So that's the accusation that's out there. If you're the head coach, you got to bring him in. You got to tackle that part of it. And there's no fault in it. If you are, you are. Yeah. But I think what he's got to be able to, their relationship, I don't know how close it is, but if it's close enough where you can have that true honesty, then okay, then maybe you can. But it's one of those calls like Dante saying that on the surface, he's got to admit right now it's a distraction. I said it earlier, he's got the humbling loss now, or the loss that happened against Indiana, to remotivate and refocus. If Hart's not a part of that, then you have to recognize that. But clearly, if he keeps him, it's not just to reward him. It's because Ryan Day trusts that he is professionally still in it.
No doubt. No doubt. Who we got next, Ryan Time?
This is going to be... Wait, who was just that? That was Dante. Okay.
That's right. Dante's on the right. He was on the right burner.
We got
on the
Nate.
left part of the stove will be Nate.
Yep, we got Nate from Newark coming up here.
I like that.
What up, Nate?
Nate from Newark. All right, Nate, the floor is yours.
What up, guys? What's up, guys?
All
First,
good.
I just want to say, great show.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, man.
Love it. Little bit about Saturday. We lost the line of scrimmage. It's plain and simple. But Coach Day is one of the best at making adjustments. I fully believe we got back-to-back championship run in us. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Again, you guys do a great job. Love it. And as far as, Hartline goes, you made a great decision professionally.
Okay.
So, Nate, so the trenches are a big part of this.
For sure.
And it's that the way Indiana has offset their subpar secondary as far as giving up big passing plays is with that defensive line. And they won the day. They won the day, and I agree with you, adjustments need to be made, especially on the right side of that line. If there's anything that Ryan Day has to fix, to me, Hartline's not the top priority. It's that right side of that offensive line. Like, honestly, that's what I need to see from them, is whether there's somebody else that needs to get in there, and they got to figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm not really doubting Hartline's investment, but maybe I'm being naive on that.
And I think, too, AR, we touched on this as well. When you get down there in the red zone late in games, you can't come away with 0 points. You had a couple trips down there late in the third quarter where they didn't put any points on the board. That you can't have that this time of year, and especially against a team as good as Indiana.
You want to have somebody who's got last raps.
We got one more here. We got Brad from Columbus.
Okay. All right, Brad, you got last raps, buddy. The floor is yours.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? Just got a couple things. Felt like Ohio State's game was rigged. Felt like the offensive coordinator's already checked out. I don't know why we're getting our best two receivers out on the red zone when they're making plays all season.
Well, when you say rigged, you're saying that they purposely, threw the game?
Yeah, so, look at it. Indiana hasn't beaten us in 30 games.
33.
It's all about 33. Sharing is caring because they already know we're winning the Natty.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Look, I respect his take.
You do?
I respect everybody's take. I disagree, but I respect it.
But when you say respect, you mean that his opinion is valid, that the game may have been rigged?
Everybody has their opinion. I respect that. What I'm trying to say is I'm leaving it at that. I disagree because I give respect to Indiana and their execution on the field. I don't think that the game was rigged in any way. I just think Indiana executed in the most important areas of the game, and it's that simple to me.
I understand. Buckeye fan, most of them living have never seen this happen.
Right.
Never seen Ohio State lose to Indiana. Yeah. And I think when it happens, you start searching for answers that aren't there. And one of them to me would be that it was rigged and they didn't care. No. And they decided that, since it's been 38 years, that they deserve one. That's not the way it is. And I understand Buckeye fan maybe scratching his or her head thinking, how did that happen? But if you watch the game, you saw how it happened. And I think Indiana's defense put Ohio State a little bit on tilt in what they thought they could or couldn't do. Yeah. Sane was in a blender. He was not processing it the same way, and the pressure from Indiana probably dictated some of those calls and not wanting to put the ball in harm's way. But
got to give them their credit, man. Have to, at least for me.
Nice little run there of calls, though.
Good stuff, guys.
That had the extreme, so I love it. We'll come back with Party Like a Rothstar next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
These savings are so good. Right now, get low lease payments on every model, like a new 2026 Elantra SE for just $119 a month for 24 months. Plus, get owner assurance and America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Go now. Columbus or Dublin or glexhyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus taxes, fees, first month payment, 12 miles per year, ends 1/2/26.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Do you hate holiday pictures because of your teeth?
What if a brand new smile was possible?
No matter what the current state of your mouth.
Welcome to Runyon Dental Group, home of the Implant and Smile Center,
where gorgeous, healthy smiles become a reality.
At Runyon, we've built a team of some of the most highly trained arch and implant doctors in the entire nation. This isn't an ordinary dental practice.
We believe that everyone can have a great smile,
including you, especially you. Your new smile is waiting at Runyon Dental Group.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Miller here. All right, guys, it's time to be honest. How do you truly feel on a daily basis? Do you have the energy you need to get through a day? Do you have the focus you need to get through your work? If you started to know something is off, don't wait. See if the answer is testosterone replacement therapy. And the place to find out is with the experts at Synergenics and Low T Center. Most guys I know say Synergenics and Low T Center changed their lives. It all starts with the simple and free TRT test. You can even walk in before 10 a.m. or book ahead at fixmylowt.com. The testosterone is pure, not compounded. Guys feel full of energy and not like they're still waiting for it to kick in. Now is the best time to get it because the TRT test is free. If you're a guy in your 30s, 40s, and 50s for sure, there's no doubt you've been wondering what your level is and if this can help. Synergenics and Low T Centers have clinics in Gahanna and Dublin. They give you the power to choose if you want to be treated in the clinic or if you want to receive at-home treatment. It all starts with a simple and quick free TRT test. Start the process to a new you right now by booking at fixmylowt.com.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy skies are expected here for today, but it will be a warmer day with highs into the upper 30s this afternoon. Also fairly breezy, southerly winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then as we head into tomorrow, we're tracking even windier conditions as we see our next weather system building through. That's going to bring us some rain and snow showers and highs into the 40s. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Let's all gather into the Kiki. It's time to party like a Rothstar.
All right, Ice. So many to choose from. I'm probably going to go a couple footballers here and maybe the Ice. Can I lead off with the Miami Dolphins?
Go ahead and cook.
I mean, they ran through the Jets, and I know that's not saying much, but 239 yards, and they just hammered them. And so they've now won 5 of their last 6. They started 1-6. Their head coach, non-shower boy, was number 1 on the hot seat, right? At least it felt that way.
Yeah.
And now not only they dragged themselves out of the grave, but they're actually being talked about as mathematically in this playoff race. And so when Miami's record flipped to, you know what it flipped to?
6-7.
Exactly. The fans treated it like some sort of cosmic event. So now they're now like meme destiny for all that. But let me give you their numbers. Finn's up here. First 7 games of the year for the Miami Dolphins. A 1-6 record. Their point differential was -65. Their total yards differential was -589. And they were -6 in the turnover differential. The last 6 games has been the exact opposite. +50 in point differential. +200 in yards differential. +5 in turnover differential. And they're 5-1 in their last 6. Wow. And this is with a guy a lot of people think is a bust quarterback. They've got a little bit of committee now, certainly at running back, but Achane's still the guy, but Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon are still there. But the fact that the Miami Dolphins were 1-6 and in the playoff conversation is unbelievable. So I got to give it to them, partying like a Rothstar, and they love to do that.
I like it because I thought that they were cooked before the season even started, based the way the vibes were in the offseason, and then for them to get off the mat the way that they have is pretty cool to see. I'm starting in the NFL too. I'm down there in H-Town though, because these Houston Texans, especially this Houston Texans defense, watch out. These dudes are whooping you know what and taking names around the NFL. Houston Texans get it done in Kansas City over the weekend. They played 2 of the elite quarterbacks coming down the stretch in Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. And Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes combined in 2 games, 413 passing yards, not a single touchdown, and 5 interceptions. Here come the Houston Texans, number 1 in the league on defense in yards allowed, 2nd in the NFL in turnovers this season as well. CJ is back. They've won, 5 or 6 games in a row. They may be the AFC South champ. I don't really know, but I know that they are catching a wave of momentum at the right time. They got some playoff experience over the last couple of years with CJ. And so if they get into the postseason, you start looking around the AFC and it's like, ooh, Houston may be one of those teams that you need to put a little sprinkle on to come out of the AFC to get to the Super Bowl, because they are getting things in order right now in H-Town. So Houston Texans, specifically that defense, partying like a Rothstar. Yeah. They are balling.
Good
right
move,
now.
and I would do it now, too, because of their schedule. I would do it now. I wouldn't wait. They're going to get Arizona. They're going to get the Raiders. They're going to get the Colts.
Yeah.
Like, this is the time to do it because they just beat Kansas City, and they've beaten Buffalo recently. So 2 teams that have a lot invested in trying to make the playoffs. They're for real, and that defense is for real.
I mean, you look at like the Broncos, Jags, Pats, like this. Those are your 1 through 3 seeds in the AFC. Like, the belief, I think, in Houston to go on a deeper run for me would be a lot higher than those other teams.
This is who we thought they could be.
Yeah.
And here it is. I'm going to go to a guy we talked about earlier, but I want to do a little background on him. So he's rated he was a 4-star guy, committed to Stanford. He considered Notre Dame. But the interesting thing is he didn't play a full season of college football due to the injuries since 2019. So he was drafted by Arizona, 3rd round, 94th overall of the 23 draft. And his name is Michael Wilson. And he plays for Arizona and the Cardinals. And with Marvin Harrison sideline, so in his last 4 games, I'm going to give you what he's done the last 4 games with Jacoby Brissett, who made catches for 481 yards in 4 games. Yeah. And that's including a clunker technically at Tampa, where he had 3 catches for like 36 yards. So he had 15 catches for $185, 10 for 118, and this weekend against the Rams, 11 catches for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. All this for a 3-win team with no Kyler Murray. He's been a fantasy dream, and his name is Michael Wilson, and he has got the numbers to prove it. But 39 catches in 4 games is ridiculous.
It's absolutely absurd. I'm going to the NBA because this guy has just been a constant of excellence year in and year out. And then, it gets to a point with certain guys where they're just so great that it kind of becomes boring and we're looking for the next cool thing, the new shiny toy, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to do that with Nikola Jokic because this man right now is just something different. He is a 7-foot guy that does everything you could possibly want. Nikola Jokic right now for the Denver Nuggets, 5th in the league in points, 29 per game. 1st in the league in assists. The man is averaging 11 assists per game. Oh, and he's also number 1 in the NBA in rebounds as well. It's a joke. He doesn't play at anybody else's pace but his own. You can't speed him up. You can't move him off his spot. He is no doubt going to go down as one of the best bigs to ever do it, but just the well-roundedness of his game, I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm using it anyway. Nikola Jokic, AR, as complete as they come right now, leading the league in rebounds, 5th in points, and leading the league in assists as a big. It's absolutely crazy.
Can the Thunder slow down so this man can get another chip?
It's unbelievable, man, but the Thunder, yeah. Well, I don't know who's slowing them down. But Joker right now out there in the Rocky Mountains is partying like a Rothstar. Dude's built different.
Would you guys say that this was one of the great scouting draft picks ever? Like the fact that he wasn't drafted until what?
During a
late
Taco Bell
second
commercial.
round. Yeah, like I'm just wondering. He's 41st overall.
It's going to go down as one of those for sure. Like he's
3-time MVP getting drafted in the second round.
Yeah, and he's only 30. Like he's going to go down as a top 5, top 10-ish big easy.
They need to put the picture of him being drafted with the Taco Bell commercial up in the Hall of Fame or like in the Denver Nuggets Hall of Fame because like that's just iconic.
It's wild.
Looking at some of the big guys that were drafted before him, Clint Capella, another guy. Oh, Nurkic was drafted before him.
What draft was that? I can't remember.
2014.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Yeah, the production's just silly with this dude. Silly.
Good one. I'll go to the ice to wrap mine up. Sorokin's been great for the Islanders. Speaking of draft picks, he was 78th overall. And by the way, that same year, that's funny. He was drafted in the same year in 2014. Third shutout of the season against Tampa, 32 saves, 2-0 win. It's his 25th shutout in the NHL. So that now he's tied for the most shutouts in Islanders history. Put up 3 straight wins, 2 this week over the Bolts, which was big. Over those 3 wins, Matty, 97 saves on 101 shots. It's a save percentage of .960. So that helps the Islanders where they are. So 3rd in the Metro, especially when they average only 2.8 goals a game. So you need a goalie like this. Guess who was drafted 2 picks earlier than Sorokin at 76 overall? Elvis Merzlikins by the Columbus Blue Jackets. But Sorokin's been, as advertised, coming off another shutout.
Last one for me. You know, he kind of broke my heart today, but I got to give it to the dude, man. Kyle Schwarber. You're partying like a Rothstar right now. Had one of the best walk years you could ever see in the history of baseball. 56 home runs for him. 5 years, $150 million for the Philadelphia Phillies. Going back to the same locker room. He's probably dedicated to those guys to try to get over the hump because they've been knocking on the door. They really have. So he's an Ohio guy. I was hoping we could put him in the middle of the lineup to rock out with Ellie and the crew down there in the Natty. Whatever, it ain't happening, but I'm still happy with the guy because he's going to go down as one of the most dominant DHs the sport has ever seen. So, Kyle Schwarber, a Philadelphia Philly, he's partying like a Rothstar. Got to give it to him.
All right, that's party for this week. We come back in 2 minutes. Keep it locked here. We'll have our friend Tyvis Powell on breaking down Browns and Buckeyes, and we'll get his opinion on his pink slip in the offing over there at Ohio State. We'll get his feeling on that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
At High Bank Distillery, they believe every pour should tell a story. Their Whiskey War spirits tell the story of Prohibition in every sip and was awarded the best blended whiskey in America 3 years running. Enjoy High Bank's nationally recognized spirits distilled right here in Ohio. Drink the best. Forget the rest. Learn more at highbankdistillery.com.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. You've invested in everything else this year. Have you invested in you? Awaken 180 is HSA and FSA approved. Why? Because it works. Make your tax-free investment in yourself pay you dividends every single day. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. The year is fast coming to an end. And maybe you have been putting off doing something you needed to do for a long time, like replace your windows. Well, it's too expensive. I'm not sure about the cost. I have got a solution for you. And you can get this done before the new year. Take advantage of Window Nation's end-of-year sale right now. They've got 50% off all window styles, plus you could get 0% interest financing for 5 years. And we always talk about the cost efficiency of these windows. They will keep your home warmer in the cold months, cooler in the warm months, because they keep the energy you're putting into your house inside your house. But you know what? They also look great. They've got so many styles that'll help beautify your home and protect it from the harsh elements. So check out Window Nation today. Schedule a fast free estimate now at windownation.com. I trust Window Nation because they get an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. They do a 50-point inspection of every window before it leaves the factory. And oh, by the way, they're a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. I like that, too. Schedule your estimate today. windownation.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Breaking Down the Browns with Tyvis Powell.
All right, he's the baller from Bedford. He's with us now. Our friend Tyvis Powell on the Brian Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Gangsta party.
How you feeling, my man?
Well, I just did a set. I just did 2 sets of 225, and I'm doing rowing with it. So, you know.
So you're blown.
Good.
You're blown up right now. You're blown up right now. Yeah.
I got 185 with chains on it, and they say the chains is worth 40 pounds. So that's 225 that I got over here that I'm tossing up. You know, I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to impress the wife.
Okay, that's important. That's important.
What did you do at the combine at 225?
I hit it 15 times.
15.
That was my goal, 15 times. I tried to go for 16. It wasn't happening.
Okay.
How did you feel that was measured at the combine? Is that, I mean, listen, I saw Mike Kudla put up 45. Where do you think that all is as far? That's just eye of the beholder kind of stuff, or do you have to hit a certain floor?
I think for me as a DB, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
For a safety, obviously they want you to be able to hit it, you know, at least 10. I feel like if you can't hit it no more than 2, then just opt out of it. Hey, don't even do it. But if you play corner, like, it's irrelevant. Like, I don't think you needed that corner. But if you play box safety or you in that box or anywhere near that line, you better be able to hit that 225.
All right, T, where do you stand on the whole Brian Hartline situation? How much of that was a distraction / will be a distraction moving forward for the old Scarlet and Gray?
Yeah, was it a distraction? Absolutely, because it came shocking. You know, unless he informed the players beforehand, they probably was caught off guard by it as well. You know, it was interesting because I was just talking to somebody, and they was talking about that he was actually going to end up taking the OC job at Oregon before he took the head coaching job at South Florida. So that was interesting to hear. But, you know, now that he's the head coach, I think that I don't know how it's going to work moving forward, because it's like you starting a new program and you're trying to build a culture at a place, but you also trying to win a championship. Like, it's so hard being a head coach. And I just feel like you can't give both of them 100% attention. So I think it's going to come a time where he's going to have to choose one. And, yeah, it will probably be the South Florida, because that's who's going to be paying him the most money. So I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see how Ohio State handles that. But it's very hard for your heart to be in 2 different places.
I agree with that. And the only way you'll know, I mean, he sounds committed. Like, he sounds like this was the tough week. And now that he got past this week, he can focus on riding this out with the guys and the team that he has emotional investment. So if you were, and you got to know him, right? You got to be able to look in his eyes. You got to be able to talk to him. You got to have a relationship with him. You got to trust. Ryan Day's got to trust it. And so give me the negative, if there is one in your mind, on telling him that we're going to go on without him. What would the risk there be?
I think the risk would be, that not having him in there to get those wide receivers prepped. Obviously he's got a relationship with Cardinal, Jeremiah, Brandon, and all those guys where they believe in him because they've seen themselves grow under his coaching. So if you're saying he's not going to be there, then this will be the first time in their collegiate careers where their wide receiver coach will not be there. How will they handle that? I don't know, and nobody will know. So that's the one negative thing. Maybe it's something that Brian does to prepare them for the game better than anybody else could. So that's the risk that you run, is that maybe your receivers aren't 100% ready for those games that you'll be playing in.
Zooming out from Hartline specifically, but just kind of still locking in on the Big Ten championship game, we were unpacking it, and I'm sure you and T-Bone did as well over the last couple of days. Like, what really stuck with you as to why that thing didn't go in the favor of Ohio State?
A lot of it looked like, it looked like what everybody keeps saying. It looks like the team up north all over again. You got Jeremiah Smith going up against his former high school teammate, D'Angelo Pons, and he's having a game. And I feel like, well, let's just keep spamming that until they do something to stop that. And they kind of pivot away from that, and both teams were trying to establish the run game. And then we got to the red zone, and you took one of them off the field, which made it easier on the defense. And I think that was kind of the turning point. That offensive line just wasn't getting the push and creating those scenes like we've been seeing for the past 3 or 4 weeks. And I think that kind of took them by surprise. And I just didn't think we did a good job of pivoting and doing what we needed to do to win the game, kind of similarly to the team up north last year.
It's a different feeling, though, right? Because last year, listen, it was coming off another Michigan loss. It was a team that was doubted, a team that people thought may be broken or fractured, or that they wouldn't be able to flip the switch. This one, I'm not sensing that. I'm sensing that, okay, well, they lost the game. They held on to their bye. They get weeks to prepare, and they don't need like that fuse lighter anymore. And by the way, I think they're still the betting favorite to win it all. Like, I look at them, It's a massive difference to me between last year's team because of how they were looked at, because they were completely doubted, and this year's team that comes off a tough loss against number 2 that feels like, okay, it was a close game, it was an ugly game. If they play him again, they'll probably win the rematch. Like, I feel like there's that feeling out there. So where are you on the loss affecting anything? And maybe a good thing.
No, I agree with you. I think that if they played this game again, they definitely will win. I think that it was one of those situations that you learn more from a loss than you do from a win. They kind of, you got away with a lot of things. A lot of the narrative about Ohio State was they haven't played in a competitive game, and how would they respond? Well, Indiana has. They played in close games. They played in hostile environments and had to find a way to win it, and we saw that happen. They faced some adversity. Play one where Fernando went down. And in that second half, he played lights out in that second half because he's been in that moment to where Ohio State kind of tightened up and tensed up a little bit. So I think it's one of those learning experiences that they needed, because you look at who they're going to play for the remainder of the season, it's probably all going to be some pretty close and tight games. Now that they have that experience, they know how to make some adjustments. It was nice that Indiana exposed them in some areas, offensive line, doing twists and stunts, disguising coverages, so Julian can see that. And then working on that secondary, those guys got to make some plays, because as you can see, Jermaine gave up one touchdown, but that touchdown was the difference of the game, so it makes the secondary understand how important it is that you can't give up anything, because one touchdown could be the difference in the game.
All right, switching gears here before we let you go. I had a friend of mine that texted me this morning and said, Matty Ice, my wrist is still up from Sunday. Hasn't put it down yet. Let's lock in on Shedeur. Why was he able to have that amount of success on Sunday at home against Tennessee?
because he had more than just 1 week of practice. You know, if you get more, just imagine him with an off season, it get dangerous. So I think that this is a guy that, you know, I was just talking to Mary Kay, and she was explaining again how, you know, even though Shedeur is starting right now, he still is coming in and meeting with Kevin early, and they're going over game tape and stuff like that. So I think he's taken that coaching and it's really expedited him. I think it was all this talking all season about Dylan Gabriel just understood and processed things better, and he retained information and all those things. Well, what we're seeing is Shedeur is the better player, and he's catching up on the knowledge of the game. And the game is starting to slow down to him. He's starting to see things better. He's starting to get comfortable in the pocket. His offensive line, for them to be down, 3 starters, they bought him enough time. I think they said he had the second. He holds the ball the second longest in the league behind Caleb Williams. So they're buying him the time that he needs. I thought he did a better job of playing on time this week. The pass to Judy, the pass to Harold, all of them was timely throws, and those guys were able to make some plays. So I just think that the chemistry is there, and he's getting more confident.
T, I know you're trying to win the game. You're in the game. You're trying to win it. But you're a 3-win football team whose quarterback is thrown for 360-plus yards. Where were you on taking him off the field for the tying 2-point conversion attempt? And I'm looking at it from both ways. I want to win the game, but I also want to get as many moments of evaluation as I can for this quarterback. I was very surprised. And I'm not saying the play wouldn't have worked. Maybe if they flip it, it does work. But where were you on taking him off the field for the tying 2-point conversion?
I think that all things considered, I think that he got kind of nervous because of how the first 2-point conversion went, where it was a new center in there. They fumbled the snap. And so for this next one, got to have the moment. You're very successful in the Wild Dogs. It's not the Wildcats, it's the Wild Dogs with the Browns. He was very successful in that formation. If you go back and watch the play, he flips the ball to Gage. He walks in for a touchdown. So it was a great play call. Just didn't execute it. For whatever reason, Quinshon just kind of had a brain fart in that situation. It's unfortunate, but for all the people that are saying Shedeur should have been on the field, okay, whatever. I don't have a problem with the play call because if they execute the play call, it works.
100% you think it works?
Yeah, go watch it.
I know, I watched it.
They flip it to Gage. He walking. Okay. He going to go right in between that tight end, and that's a touchdown.
Okay. All right, my man. Good stuff as always, pal. Get back to that workout.
Go Bucks, go Browns, go Cavs, go Guards, free place until it's backwards.
See you, my man. See you, Dave. That's Tyvis Powell with us on the Brian Heating Cooling Systems Fan-Guest Hotline. We come back with a Buckeye Bulletin. We'll give you some Heisman odds and Jake Butt on the Hartline distraction. You'll hear what he has to say about it next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Busy schedule? This is Ryan Krieger, and Krieger Ford has you covered. Krieger Ford offers pickup and delivery, or our mobile service van will come right to you. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life. There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. You know, as much as I enjoy being a professional inventor, a few of my dream inventions still elude me.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Well, the bruiseless avocado.
Ooh.
The unlosable TV remote.
Could change the world.
And for you, Aaron, the uncloggable drain.
Get Eco.
Until you crack it, Jerry. You know our 93 are free drain clearing offer is the next best thing.
Okay. Explain yourself.
Get Eco.
Our drain team will clear your drain for just $93. If we can't clear it, it's free. And we guarantee it'll stay clear for at least a year, or we will clear it again for free.
Get Eco.
We'll even send our little robot camera down there to make sure you don't have a larger problem that could cause more trouble in the future.
Get Eco.
You think your guys could bring that robot over to my place and help me find that TV remote?
I think that's impossible even for us.
Get Eco.
Eco, plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Common Man and Bob Capace here for Worthington Jewelers. Bob, why should people trust you for their holiday shopping this year?
Family owned and operated for 25 years. We're known for helping guys make great decisions. Unlike me hiring you, Common Man.
You know, I was thinking, I've been a good, clean boy this year. You got anything for me over there?
How about a nice anklet?
Sold. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Skyline's Mac and Cheese 3-Way is back, this time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a Mac and Cheese 3-Way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
The Christmas Cash giveaways now at United Dairy Farmers. Registered U-drivers who buy specially marked products like hot breakfast sandwiches, fresh apple fritters, iced coffee, Coke, and Pepsi can play to win prizes instantly, like freebies, $1,000 each week, and the $15,000 grand prize. Because at UDF is made for you. No purchase necessary. Visit udrivecontest.com for official rules.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Right now, save on new Santa Fe and Tucsons with 0% financing and make no payments for 90 days. 0%. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With proof credit ends 1/2/26.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them, safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together, all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week. But not OJ, because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan. It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another furnace breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day furnace installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time. Julian Sain going to New York. He's a Heisman finalist. So congrats on that. And when you think about all the guys that have gone, they've had a lot of guys go in the last several years, or at least just be up there in the voting, whether it was Marvin Harrison or Stroud a couple of times, or Justin Fields, Chase Young, Haskins, clearly. So they've certainly had some bites at this over the last 7-8 years.
It's a great honor, yeah.
And it's a cool thing because it's the features all week. It's with your peers. It's the eyes of college football are kind of on it. It's a cool thing for any guy to be up there. But I think this is a foregone conclusion. I don't think, and I know human beings are voting, and there's bias in different parts of the country and all that.
Fernando's winning.
But there's no way you can watch that game. For all the people, I would say that if you're a voter and you said before the Big Ten game that I feel this is the tiebreaker game, then you cannot not vote for him. Like, if that's the way you felt going in, that your lean was, well, this is it. Pavia's not playing. His team's not in the playoff.
Love's not playing.
Vandy's not in an NCC title game even. Like if you felt this was the game, And technically speaking, Mendoza was going against the tougher defense. On paper, analytically,
we're splitting hairs there. Yeah.
You don't think Ohio State is the better defense in the country than Indiana?
No, what I'm saying
from
is
top
like
to bottom.
Indiana's defense was really, really good all year. Statistically, they're not far off.
No, I didn't mean that, but I think on paper,
it's
Ohio
a slight
State's,
lean. I don't know if it was a dramatic lean either way with the defenses. For me, I didn't view it that way.
Yeah, I'm just saying if people went in there saying that this is the game, this is going to determine my vote.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could go back on that
I
after
hear you.
watching that game and the clutch throws that he made, whether it was to Becker on the 3rd and 2, the Surratt slot fade, the 3rd and 6 to Becker at the end. Like, I just feel like, and then it didn't hurt him that he got put on his butt by Caden Curry and then came back a play later. Like, that says a lot about a guy.
Gutsy stuff we've seen from him, not in that game, but the Oregon game and the Penn State game and all those things. And those things, as you mentioned, humans are voting. They stick with humans, right? And so those two data points combined with everything that you just mentioned, you could understand. I think we can all understand why Fernando's probably going to win this thing. And I think for Julian, that pocket of time for him where it was the Purdue game, the UCLA game, and the Rutgers game, the stats, if those were a little sexier, not that he played bad, but I just think those are his opportunities, right, where Carnell was dinged up and you had a chance to showcase, hey, I can be a little bit more of an aircraft carrier than I already am. Maybe that window of time, I think if the stats were better for him there, then I think this may have been a little bit more interesting. But, yeah, I mean, being one of the finalists for the Heisman, year one as a starter in this sport, you can't knock that at all. And he's got another crack at this thing because he's got to take another lap around the track next year. And so nobody's going to be surprised if he gets there again next year or even wins it next year. So he's just been consistent, getting the ball from point A to point B all year. 11 games with this year with a completion percentage of at least 70%. And so, yeah, he's been one of the best in the sport, and that's why he's going there. And this will be another year where the Heisman Trophy goes to a quarterback. We had it last year, it went to Travis Hunter, and the 3 years before that, it was Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, and Jayden Daniels. So Fernando will be the next in line.
Yeah, I didn't even think those other stat padding games mattered. I think if he just would have beaten Indiana on Saturday, I think that was it. That was the ticket.
So you don't think during that run that if he would have went, like 303 and no interception, like the odds would have, I think the odds would have been.
His odds were hovering around 1.5 to 1 anyway, even last week. Like, I think this was the tiebreaker game. Now,
I
could
just
he
think he would have been the favorite. I think he would have been the favorite if those games for him looked really, really good.
Let me tell
just
you,
crazy good numbers.
I'll tell you something interesting. I was watching the live odds during the game.
Yeah.
After the first quarter of that game, Pavia was the favorite, the live betting favorite for the Heisman. That they thought this was going to be an egg-laying game for both. It was going to be a defensive struggle. It was a dead under all game. And people thought that, okay, now Pavia's in the lead. And we were watching it, and it was tremendous. But, yeah, I mean, listen, Mendoza's going to win it or probably should win it. He's 90% chance to win the award as far as the sports books go. Jake Butt, Big Ten Network, former Michigan tight end and Central Ohioan, has his take on, this was on T-Bone and Tyvis, talking about the Hartline distraction, what should be done.
These coaches that have committed to other places, I respect coaches and how many hours they put in. You can't be in two places at once. You just can't. In Indiana, no Indiana coordinators are taking head coach jobs. That entire program has complete alignment and buy-in, top down. They are zero focused on their singular goal. Hartline has two goals. He wants to be the best coach at USF and win a national title. You can't be 100% in both places.
The reality of the situation.
Okay, so if you can't be 100% in both places, is 85% good enough to keep him locked in? I asked Tyvis of this, and Tyvis erred on the side of they know what he means to the game plan. Only they know what he means to preparing those guys. Right. And will he be able to prepare them the same way that he always has? Those are questions they can only answer internally. And so, and then Brian Hartline was on the Jim Rome show, and Rome asked him in a kind of a two-parter about the process now. Not just being able to do it, but how do you do it?
Yeah, I just think it's the right thing to do. I think that sometimes we get caught up in this, me world and not understanding that these athletes are literally living their dream. They've got 3 to 5 years to accomplish something that they can never accomplish again. And so for me to be selfishly just take off at the end of a season, which I am fully invested in these young men. It was already hard enough to tell them I was leaving. I couldn't even fathom that. So I don't know how guys can do that. I don't know how coaches can do that. But I'm not, and I'm going to do a good job balancing both.
You know, I respect it. I think it's natural for both sides to wonder, is it realistic or is it too big of an ask to do both jobs simultaneously? Where do you come out on that, and what is your process for balancing both?
Yeah, I think I'm really blessed with having great teams currently at both, obviously at Ohio State and then here at USF. I think the people that are in place, the people we've selected so far in USF are elite. And I'm down here now for, this week a little bit to kind of make sure things are off on the right foot, get in front of the coaches, get in front of the players, and make sure they see the vision. That being said, Coach Day and our staff back at Ohio State, is second to none. So they're supporting me in a big way. Now, that being said, last week was pretty tough, be transparent. But moving forward, I feel like I have a really good grip on things. And my process is just making sure if I can't create more hours in the day, I have to do a really good job of maximizing those, whether it be in the morning with Zoom calls, communicating, or at night. And that's just the reality of the situation. But I know it can be done.
First of all, it's a phenomenal question by Rome. Just a pro asking that question about how I respect that you want to do it. Now tell me how you're going to do it. Like and he added that I'm going to.
He's confident in himself that he can do it. Yeah. And lucky for them, AR, they don't play until the 31st. And so maybe you get through this week and you clean things up a little bit down there as much as you can. And you got 2 weeks to lock in on A&M or Miami, whoever it may be.
All right, there's your Buckeye Bulletin for today. All right, we're going to come back top of the hour, Fan Sports Update, and I'm glad you mentioned that because I think it's time to at least get an early feel on who should they want to play in their first game. We'll tackle that next. Third hour on the way. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis, weekday mornings from 6 to 9. If you're not completely satisfied, we'll rewind time and erase your brain. For real, the Fan.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA, and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations in the area to serve you, in Hilliard and Westerville.
Hey, it's Anthony, and it's Happy Honda Days at your main Honda of Dublin. What am I going to give you? How about rates as low as 0%? You want no payments for 90 days? You got it. Do you have a trade-in? I'll make sure Rich gives you an extra $1,000 for your trade. Yep, an extra $1,000. Or I'll slide you right into a brand new Honda with leases starting from only $239 a month. Happy Honda Days right now at your main Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, or online at yourmainhondaofdublin.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. It's cold here in Central Ohio. You know that, Columbus. And if you spent last winter thinking you need new windows, but you didn't want to spend the money, well, it's a good thing you waited, because right now during Window Nation's end-of-year sale, you can get 50% off, plus get 0% interest for 5 years. Not only could you get affordable custom windows, but shorter wait times mean you'll get them fast. And Window Nation will install them in 1 day while keeping your home warm and dry. Once they're installed, your new windows instantly stop those cold, wintry drafts better than the big-name brands. They also seal out moisture and are so energy efficient, you'll actually save money on your monthly utility bills. Plus, they're backed with a lifetime warranty. With such great windows and service, it's no wonder Window Nation has over 45,000 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Window Nation's end-of-year sale is your chance to save big with 50% off all window styles, plus 0% financing for 5 years. The sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to get started. Window Nation, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing.
Call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. You've invested in everything else this year. Have you invested in you? Awaken 180 is HSA and FSA approved. Why? Because it works. Make your tax-free investment in yourself pay you dividends every single day. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Millions of fans agree. This Christmas tradition rocks. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghost of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. December 23rd, 2 shows, Nationwide Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. A portion of the proceeds benefits the James and Heather Pick Music Program.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY. And when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on Metal Supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Ohio State's Julian Sand, Indiana's Fernando Mendoza, Vanderbilt's Diego Pavia, and Notre Dame's Jeremiah Love were named finalists for the Heisman Trophy, which will be awarded Saturday night. Sand was named Big Ten Freshman of the Year by the Associated Press today. Safety Caleb Towns was named Defensive Player of the Year. 8 Buckeyes earned first-team All-Big Ten honors, while 4 took home second-team nods. Buckeyes defensive coordinator Matt Patricia was named a finalist for the Broyles Award, given to the top assistant in college football. College hoops, Ohio State hosts number 13 Illinois at 7:30. Coverage on the Fan starts at 6:30. NHL, Blue Jackets visit the Hurricanes tonight at 7:30. NFL, 44-year-old quarterback Phillip Rivers is coming out of retirement to sign with the Colts practice squad. He'll still stay eligible for induction into next year's Pro Football Hall of Fame class. This update is sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. Together to serve you better. Schedule today at thewaterworks.com.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, final hour of the program. We'll have Austin Ward on at 2:30. And while this Hartline is kind of swirling around, and now Brian's on the record, you just heard, he's in. He wants to stay in. Like, you'd have to actually boot him out. Like, I don't think he's going to, this isn't a mutual thing where all of a sudden, like later this week, where there'll be some story where they say, you know, we both met and we just decided. Now, that could be, now that's the way you'd spin it. Like, if that's the way Ohio State wants it,
yeah,
I don't think that the story would be at the end of the week or whenever it would be like, we've decided to move on from. I don't think that would be the story. I think the story would be we met, we discussed it, we came to a mutual understanding that this is best for both parties.
Yeah.
That's the way you handle things like this to a guy that's done so much for you and is a very proud alum, who, by the way, is on the record saying, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm emotionally in, I'm professionally in, I'm in. and I got the toughest week of my life out of the way.
The quote was, I'm going to do a good job of balancing both. That's what he told Jim Rome. And so, look, I'll believe in that until I see otherwise when they kick the ball off on the 31st and we see the results and how the offense looks when they have a chance to clean up some of the things that went wrong in Indy. And like, I think this is one of the elephants in the room, and I think it's easy to point to that now. But if Ohio State wins the game 13-10 and the offense struggles a bit, are we really sitting here having the same conversation? I don't think so. I think it's a lot of this is driven in the result of the loss and the way that it looked and felt, and that's easy to point to. And he's admitted that last week, and I'm sure not only for him, but for everybody involved on offense, was a little odd, and just everything that was happening with the recruiting stuff and then your approach to the game, getting ready for a game like that when a guy has 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Yeah, I would have been surprised if it was a perfect outing for them in some of the ways that we've seen them perform all year long. And so I think they'll clean it up. You got a couple weeks to get ready to go, and I would be shocked if we see another really, really flat performance from the offense again. I don't see that happening.
Well, first of all, you're now officially in one and done season.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no more. That's it. You win, move on. You lose, you go home. So that's the intensity you're bringing to the table now versus the game we just had on Saturday night, even though it was definitely for a title and you wanted to win it. It was a big stage. It was against 1 versus 2. You want to be on the winning side of those games. The other thing that kind of would make you a little bit sad individually, and we just talked about it, if they decide to let him throw and go for it on 4th and 1 down 3, and he picks it up, or dare I say throws a touchdown pass, it may have equaled the Heisman. Like, it's that close.
Mm-hmm.
People were talking about it. Now, the good news is people were talking about that being the tiebreaker game. And in a rock fight, if you're the one coming out on top and you have the game-winning touchdown, unless it's just some little lob or something that anyone can
pop passes, the guy comes behind the line of scrimmage.
But what happened in that moment presented a chance for him to win the Heisman. And I'm not saying it's done yet. It's clearly, but it should be done.
It's done.
Because that was the tiebreaker game that everyone said it was going to be. And you had a chance to go for it. And you took the ball out of his hands. And it was disappointing. And I'm not saying they weren't trying to win the game. They were. Ryan Day read that game as a situational play. I don't know any other way to look at it. He read it as we've tried to go for it on 4th and short. Our red zone hadn't been very good. But in not leaving your very special players out there, and maybe he was worried that Sane would even have enough time to throw. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But those are questions for him for sure.
Yeah.
But that's how fine of a line it was Saturday night between one team winning, one team losing, and one guy winning the Heisman for a lifetime and one guy not.
Yeah.
And to not, that's the regret I would have, as that I took the ball out of my special quarterback's hands at a big moment. And now they have to move on from that, and he'll have his week of praising because of the Heisman is that, and he should. But man, it's such a fine line. And now you have to regroup, and now you get the winner of Miami and A&M. By the way, that's a noon game on a Wednesday, right?
The A&M Miami game? Yeah, that's
noon.
It's the 20th, right?
Can't believe it's not a prime time. It's at
I'm
noon.
sorry, Saturday. I mean Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so high noon.
Our game's going to be on a Wednesday, which will be New Year's Eve.
Yes, you're right. So the 20th, you'll have A&M Miami kicking off at noon, as you mentioned. You'll have Tulane Ole Miss at 3:30. The nightcap will be Oregon and James Madison.
Okay,
at 7:30.
Now, just hearing you say that actually makes me laugh a little bit. In that, what has been the accusation of college football and sports in general all of our lives? The TV networks run sports, and that there's no way that you wouldn't have a Texas versus Oregon or a Notre Dame versus, you wouldn't have Tulane and James Madison. Like, you just wouldn't have it. Like, so for the people that have accused committees being on the take, there's no, they couldn't get around this one.
Yeah.
You can't get around it because you have auto qualifiers. So the networks couldn't come in and strong arm, or the committee, and say, we have hundreds of millions of dollars wrapped up in these games. You're not giving us who are the afternoon games?
So you have on the 20th, that'll be Ole Miss Tulane at 3:30, and then 7:30 Oregon and James Madison kickoff. Both those games on TNT, by the way.
You know what those games are? Those games are 1998 bowl games.
Nasty word.
Those are bowl games. Those are ones that we grew up watching that were like, okay, it's the holidays. I'm home. I'm not working. There's a game on. It's a bowl game. I'll watch. That's what that is. That's not a playoff game. And listen, I'm hoping there's upsets. I love that when that happens. But that's not what the networks want. And it's not what really the playoff wants. And now they're tied into it. And unless they get past this auto-qualifying BS and they get out of the old school thought of, oh, well, everyone's got to have a shot at this, it's not basketball. And so they got to have a minimum ranking, I think, to be qualified. And Notre Dame's got the built-in protection next year. If they're 12 or higher, they're automatically in. Somebody gets booted out of the party. And now we'll talk about another tweak. They did a good tweak this year. They got rid of the byes with those qualifiers. They got rid of the byes. So you didn't have, what was it? Boise and
last
ASU
year and SMU last year.
Like
Arizona State.
Yeah. And by the way, they played the toughest game against Texas. They're actually the ones that put up a fight.
Yeah, it was a good game.
But,
Cam Scatterbo and the crew, yeah.
So I think that they did make an early good tweak to this. Now they got to
tweak it again.
Tweak it again. Tweak it again.
Keep tweaking. And if I'm looking at this correctly, there's only one game on the 19th. So that Friday going into Saturday, the three games we mentioned on the 20th, that's Bama and Oklahoma at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so only one game on the 19th.
Like for nostalgic reasons, I want Ohio State to play Miami. Like I want that again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like I want but it's not the right game. And it's probably the right game to choose if you're a Buckeye fan, because of being able to rattle Carson Beck a little bit, who just can be that guy. And so when you look at Miami was really strong early. Like they were physical. They beat Notre Dame. They got Florida. They beat that USF team that was up and coming. And then I know they took Florida State, turned them inside out. But then all of a sudden, it was the Carson Beck, which one's going to show up. And I feel more confident in Matt Patricia being able to, confuse him, rattle him a little bit. I think if you're picking A&M and you're picking to play them in Dallas, that's a tough one. They've had some problems with mobile quarterbacks. He's a dynamic guy. He doesn't throw a ton of picks, although he's had some red zone issues. Where are you on? You're with me on? It's funny because, Maddie, they mirror each other. Because they're not very good in the red zone either, the Aggies.
The Canes or the Aggies, neither one of them. Yeah. So, I just think when you're dealing with a quarterback like Marcel Reed, you can be a defensive play caller like Matt Patricia and have things lined up and execute the play, and that guy can make you wrong. He can make you wrong. He's not as efficient, I don't think, as Beck. I don't know what Beck's completion percentage was on the year, but Reed's is at 62%. So, and this is a big if you can contain that guy and keep him in the pocket, that may work more in their favor dealing with that matchup. But the flip side of it, too, is I just got a lot of respect for Mike Elko and who he is as a head coach and a defensive-minded guy as well. And we mentioned it earlier with AK in here. A&M's tied for first in the country in sacks. They've been getting after people all year long. They got 8 guys on that roster right now with at least 2. They got Cassius Howell, who's led them with 11.5 all season. So that combination of a quarterback that may be able to control the game a little bit with his legs and squeeze the game a little bit and hand that thing off to a defense that can hunt and get things downhill. Yeah, I would. If I were Ohio State, they would probably never admit that. I think Miami, to me, seems a little bit like an easier pathway to the next round than A&M, and especially a team coming out of the SEC and some of the grinds they'd had to go through in that conference.
So I think the only way I would want A&M is because we know what Miami's ceiling is because at one point during the season, they were in the conversation with Ohio State with how good they were defensively. They get up to number 2 in the country? That's a very high ceiling, especially to be in the conversation with Ohio State and Indiana's. That's
Miami's
the only reason why I wouldn't want them.
I hear you, Ron Time. I hear you, man.
Part of also it's how you feel like teams are playing now.
Yeah.
That's another way to look at it. And Miami's actually been playing really good. So you never know. The illustration that Maddie's talking about from a pass defense standpoint is that A&M's pass defense is very good. And they sack the quarterback 1 every 10 dropbacks.
High rate.
That's
high rate. They're coming after you,
crazy stuff.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to come back with a pre-snap read. And Maddie, we may have reverse age discrimination. Tell you about that next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Do you hate holiday pictures because of your teeth? What if a brand new smile was possible?
No matter what the current state of your mouth.
Welcome to Runyon Dental Group, home of the Implant and Smile Center, where gorgeous, healthy smiles become a reality.
At Runyon, we've built a team of some of the most highly trained arch and implant doctors in the entire nation. This isn't an ordinary dental practice.
We believe that everyone can have a great smile,
including you, especially you. Your new smile is waiting at Runyon Dental Group.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life. There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Bobcat Enterprises has rebates and write-offs to give you a competitive edge in 2026. Now until the end of the year, get 0% financing for 60 months or up to $10,000 in cash rebates. Offer varies by model and dealer in-stock inventory. This year's tax deductions are bigger than ever, and you can apply to lease, finance, or directly purchase equipment. Spend it before the government gets it. Stop by Bobcat Enterprises in Hilliard, Reynoldsburg, or Zanesville, or see our full line of products at bobcatent.com today. Offer expires 12/31/25.
Come on, kids, we're going to Grandma's house.
Grandma's house! Grandma's house! What do we do to be safe and ready to go? We buckle up. Buckle up.
Phones down.
Phones down. And when we go, take it slow. And if you drink,
don't drive. And off we go.
ODOT, the Ohio State Highway Patrol, and the Ohio Traffic Safety Office are doing their part to keep roads safe. Do your part to make sure everyone makes it home safe for the holidays.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means you pick your wager. Will it be $1, $2, a crisp $20? Your call. Like picking your own numbers, use any inspiration you like. Birthdays, jersey numbers, you name it. And if you don't feel like choosing, there's the Super Quick Auto Pick. With regular promotions that'll get you more bang for your Keno buck, multiple ways to win, prizes galore, and live draws every few minutes, anytime is the right time to get in on the Keno action. Keno is always fun, your way. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Back in the day, if you wanted to listen to the Fan, you turned on the radio, and that was the end of the story. But now, oh baby, stream us live on the Fan app. TuneIn app, iHeart app, we're everywhere. The Fan, Ohio's streaming destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're tracking cloudy skies here for today with highs into the upper 30s this afternoon. Also fairly breezy. South winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. As we head into tomorrow, we're tracking even windier conditions as winds can gust up to over 40 miles per hour here as we go through the day. We're also looking at some rain and snow showers and highs into the 40s. That's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, little Bet365 time, Matty.
Let's get into it, big dog, because at Bet365, if you're a new customer, an awesome deal is waiting for you, where all you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is bet $5. You will get after that $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $150 into something bigger when you bet on totals, spreads, player props, or money lines. And don't blink, because you're going to miss out on those daily boosts and super boosts as well. So look out for those over at Bet365.
All right, as long as we got the rhyme time in here, I think this calls for a mental hedge tonight.
Okay.
I do. I think you just take Illinois and lay the 3, and then you're probably either on the right side, which a lot of people think you might be, or you get this crazy upset and you buy yourself a win. I think this is, if you're a Buckeye fan. So let's treat it from a real smart standpoint. Were you surprised that that is only a 3-point spread?
I was, because Illinois just handled Tennessee in Nashville over the weekend. And I don't know if there's really any update on Christoph Tilley. I know Brandon Knoll just had a big game, but I think the depth in the front court is an issue with how banged up they are. And Illinois rolls out 3 guys that are 6'10" or taller, 2 7-footers. I think that could be a serious problem.
Yeah. Okay. I could play the under of 160.5, just thinking that maybe it won't get to that high, but I think it's just a perfect mental hedge night. Because I think you'd be getting Illinois at such a small number.
Yeah.
And that, if you win the bet, you win the bet. You're happy about it. So it depends on whether you want to root for your money or your team.
It's a fun guard matchup between Bruce and Kylan Boswell, but it's going to have to take a full team effort on the board.
No doubt.
Against the front court that Illinois has.
And if you're heavy into college basketball, Rhyme Time is your guy. So make sure you're following him on social media, Rhyme Time. Let the folks know where they can follow
It's
you.
at Rhyme Time 05.
There it is. I'm looking at the NBA tonight. Got a couple quarterfinal matchups. They are in the historic NBA Cup. You know how much it means to the history of the league, this NBA Cup. I'm joking.
NBA Cup.
I'm joking. It's been around for like 3
hang the
years.
banner.
For like 3 years. Maybe even
It
that.
reminds me of whatever that golf was on a couple weeks ago. What was that? World Championship.
Yeah, where
Cup
did
or
that come from?
Some team
It's crazy.
Euro, and then they had a couple of tandems going. I think that couldn't have been more than a few years old.
I don't know what was going on.
It was
there.
fun to
Wasn't it like
watch.
a
There was
skins
a lot of seniors.
Okay, some of the OGs out there.
I mean, I get a kick out of watching golf on TV during the winter. Like, I don't get to that point where, oh man, I'm so jealous. I kind of warms me up just seeing golf on the tube in the wintertime, but it was weird. It reminds me of that. I don't know what the NBA Cup is.
We got Knicks north of the border in Canada tonight taking on the Toronto Raptors. I'm locking in on the big cat, Karl Anthony Towns, boyfriend to Jordan Woods. I'm looking at him. 3 3-pointers tonight. I like the juice, plus 215. Last 2 games, he's got 7 threes combined over the last 2 contests. So give me Karl Anthony Towns, plus 215 to knock in 3 balls up there in the 6 tonight. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
All right. It's a great story. I love the story. I'm kind of rooting for it to happen. That the Colts have signed to the practice squad, and I think that's the key here. That 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, who hasn't played in the NFL since COVID, is signing on to get in the mix with the Colts. Now, let me tell you, just to illustrate this for the young folks. So, give me the year that, if you can, that Phillip Rivers made his debut.
Ooh, if I had to guess, that was probably...
Oh, goodness.
20... Wait, hold on. Phillip Rivers, because he's what, 44?
44. So he came out. You guys are right where you need to be. 2004.
I was going to go 2001, but I was okay.
So these are the things that did not exist when Phillip Rivers made his NFL debut. Okay? Twitter. Hey, let me give you my
Twitter.
Did not exist. Instagram or YouTube. It didn't exist.
Okay, wow.
I had an iPod Shuffle, but it didn't exist when he made his debut. The show The Office, not around. The Jonas Brothers. NFL Red Zone, no such thing. Xbox 360. Nintendo DS.
Did we even have the PlayStation 2s back then? That's what I really want to know.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What about the PSPs?
Love that thing.
Yeah.
I was on the bus cooking with that thing.
And then the last one in the sports world, the Washington Nationals.
Okay. Wow.
Did not exist when this man made his NFL debut. Now, if I'm the Colts, see, the problem with the Colts is this is looking at Riley Leonard in two ways. I think when I first heard this, everyone said, okay, they have no faith in Riley Leonard. They're in a winning window. They're all in. Let's call up old man Rivers, get him in here. He can still throw. Can he move? I don't know.
No.
And
he couldn't move in his prime.
So let's let him sling the football around.
Yeah.
I think in really thinking about it deeper, isn't this just to help the QB room? This can't be to save the QB room.
It's to save it.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's to save it. Because here's the thing. I think even if Riley Leonard was healthy, I think they would have made this move. They're 8-5. They're desperate. There's a connection between.
It's about a connection.
Shane Steichen and Rivers. They worked together with the Chargers back in the day. So there's some trust there. He knows the offense. So the mental part of it isn't going to be as taxing as the physical part will be for sure. And so we had the Unk Bowl earlier this year with Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. This is grandpa now. Like this is grandpa stuff right here. And part of me thinks too, AR. He's probably looking around the house and saying, man, I need a break from all these damn kids.
He's got grandkids, I'm pretty sure.
He's a grandpa. He's legitimately, we're going to watch.
I was open.
And AR, you know what he gets as a gift? Hey, because I think they're going to elevate him. I think he's going to play.
I don't.
Welcome back. Your first start's going to be in Seattle against one of the best defenses in the league, grandpa.
Is this because, all right, if Riley Leonard were 100% healthy, would you think that he would still be signed to help to play?
So. Yeah, I think so.
See, I think there's part of this was to mentor and be in that room. The problem I have now, and I don't know this, is where is Riley Leonard health-wise? And they have to play a football game. Who's their third guy? Brett Rippin? I don't even know. Like it's
hilarious.
It says Riley Leonard.
I hope he plays this week.
This is from Rappaport. Riley Leonard would start if Riley Leonard is able to start. He's dealing with a PCL sprain in his knee, grade 1. So it's not, I guess, the worst kind.
I just feel like there's no way you go get a 44-year-old grandpa off the couch to come back and just be
to
on the
mentor
practice
Leonard?
squad.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think there's part of that.
We could do that over a Zoom call. We can do that over a Zoom call. We don't have to commit any money to him, right? Like
We've got technology nowadays.
I think he's playing, AR. I do. I think the question will be, next week.
In 1 week?
That's where I think the comfort from knowing Steichen and knowing his offense comes in.
You brought in a 44-year-old quarterback. What are you waiting for him to develop?
So there's that. I think he's playing this week. Next week will be the interesting one because they play on Monday night the following week in Week 16. So maybe a little bit more time for Riley Leonard to get right.
All right, so consider this real fast. That he has a previous relationship with Riley Leonard. That he also lives near Leonard. He could help him. Like, I think there's something there that it made sense to get him. But I think the hope is that he's on the sidelines, that he doesn't get out there. By the way, he'd also restart his Hall of Fame voting clock 5 more years if he plays. Does he want to do that?
He's probably getting in, right? Yeah,
No, I know, but you have to wait again.
But he's probably getting in.
I don't know. I mean, probably, but
I'm here for it. I want to see it. I don't want to just see him on the sideline.
That's what I'm saying. I love the story.
Against the best defense in football,
I want to see that. Yeah, I want to see that. Because I might, if you can pick up that Seattle defense, go get them.
Yeah, watch them.
They are not available. Seattle defense should not be available.
I just said if.
What clown league is that? I want in. All right. We come back in 2 minutes, and we talk to our friend Austin Ward and see if he's waiting on a Hartline decision this week or not. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years, and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. You've invested in everything else this year. Have you invested in you? Awaken 180 is HSA and FSA approved. Why? Because it works. Make your tax-free investment in yourself pay you dividends every single day. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, it's Anthony, and it's Happy Honda Days at your main Honda of Dublin. What am I going to give you? How about rates as low as 0%? You want no payments for 90 days? You got it. Do you have a trade-in? I'll make sure Rich gives you an extra $1,000 for your trade. Yep, an extra $1,000. Or I'll slide you right into a brand new Honda with leases starting from only $239 a month. Happy Honda Days right now at your main Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, or online at yourmainhondaofdublin.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Let's do a little day tripping.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Plumbing. Call us today at 1-800-FURNACE for all your plumbing and drain service needs. Yes, 1-800-FURNACE works for plumbing, too.
All right, he's our guy, Austin Ward. All right, buddy, we've got some... It's not adversity. We got a test. We got it coming off a loss. This is not something they felt in a while. The 16-game win streak is done, and now they reset for one and done season. So it's good to have you aboard. But I do want to ask you this: are you possibly waiting on still a decision from Ohio State on whether they would move forward with Brian Hartline? And do you think that's anything that could get shaken up this week? Or are they all in?
No, Anthony, I'm not really waiting on that. I think that Ryan Day has made his. Now, preface this. I'm not thinking that Brian Hartline is going to be taking the same level of prominence when it comes to the offensive game planning for the Cotton Bowl. I think he is going to be handling double duty. He's going to be juggling both jobs. But I expect that Ryan Day will take a larger role in the preparation for whoever they play in the Cotton Bowl, whatever happens in the Fiesta Bowl, or if there's a national championship game after that. And that's when Ryan Day is talking about, helping Brian Hartline, assisting with the staff, making sure that everyone has the pieces in place they need to be successful. I strongly believe that that's what he is talking about. So I've had, a bunch of private conversations about how Ohio State is trying to proceed throughout this. Ryan Day talked about it publicly on Sunday in the selection show press conference. Brian Hartline is spending time in Florida. That means he's not spending 100% of his focus on getting ready for either Texas A&M or Miami, but he will, unless something changes dramatically, which I'm not expecting, they're going to proceed with Brian Hartline working with the wide receivers, still taking an active part in the game planning, and then, preparing once you get to that 2-week stretch where there's not a lot that he could actually do in Tampa or for South Florida, diving into that to still be the voice calling the plays once they get to Jerry World. So not expecting that to change. That's the situation as of this moment. But I would be surprised if they do anything differently, to be honest. Although you can certainly look at what happened last week and the divided attention and see how maybe that played a negative impact in the result of that game.
I want to ask you this. Prior to Penn State announcing that Matt Campbell was taking over from James Franklin, anything out there for you as far as hearing that maybe they tried to grab Matt Patricia?
Yeah, they did. There were a lot of people watching Plains about a week ago at this time when I was talking to you guys, and people thought that was for Brian Hartline. But, I think last Tuesday, last Wednesday, that Penn State had reached out to Matt Patricia to see if there would be interest, if they needed to have an interview, should they continue forward in that process. And I think, that was on alert for Ryan Day to manage throughout the week last week. There were a lot of things going on, a lot of fires that needed to be managed and then put out. And I think when we talk, Anthony brings up Brian Hartline, this stuff, I'd say that Ryan Day was stretched pretty thin last week as well, dealing with both of his coordinators being involved, one with Penn State, not the one that people thought was involved in Penn State, but and Brian Hartline taking a job at midnight last Tuesday, Chris Henry Jr., and putting together the finishing touches of that signing class. There were a lot of things going on that really got Ohio State out of routine and out of the rhythm that we've talked about they've handled so well throughout this year. But, I think that once Penn State was looking at this level of desperation where every coach in the country, it seemed like, had taken some level of interest in Penn State just to get a raise and then stay put, Matt Patricia would have been in a position to at least hear them out. I think his preference is to stay at Ohio State for the next several years. But then Penn State may have offered him an opportunity to get some leverage and get his contract extension and raise, which I think is forthcoming no matter what, but maybe change the urgency and the timeline for that. So that did occur, Maddie. That was on the table, and another thing that Ohio State had to juggle.
What's your understanding of watching that game and the situational coaching that happened, and who had their fingerprints all over that? Is that 100% Hartline's deal? Did you think that Ryan Day vetoed anything or approved anything that you thought was interesting on Saturday night, where they went a little more jumbo and took the ball out of Sain's hands, didn't go for the 4th and 1 down 3 with 3 minutes to go, and you need a stop anyway. Even if you tie that game, you got to stop Indiana. Just your thoughts on the whole lack of aggression. I had a very poor read on Saturday night. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of managing the game and making the decision to, go for 4th downs or kick field goals, the buck does stop with Ryan Day, and part of the conversation about him taking the CEO style role was that he could, have a better grasp of game situations, in-game management, pay attention to the analytics, get feedback, all those things. And I didn't think on Saturday night that Ohio State aced those choices. I tend to agree with you, Anthony. When it comes to, the game planning and the play calling in those situations, it's still everything that I've heard is that it's still that collaborative process. And if you get in those situations, this is the menu of plays that are available. So, when it's all playing out, I think, we all saw at Lucas Oil Stadium on Saturday night, it was like, Ryan Day spending more time looking at that call sheet. He had Keenan Bailey, basically in his hip pocket in a number of those situations, which was a little bit out of character, unusual for the way Ohio State has operated on the sideline throughout this year. So it certainly looked different. It felt different. And then when you're talking about those decisions to kick the field goal, not go for a 4th and 1 on the 9, having a field goal kicker that has struggled throughout his career in some of those highest stakes moments, I don't think they got them all right. And I think that for Ryan Day specifically, he's taken some ownership of that publicly and privately, that the things that I mentioned there with Maddie is like they were out of routine, and that was not aimed at the players. That was not aimed at Brian Hartline specifically or finger pointing at Matt Patricia. Ryan Day has owned all of that since Saturday night, which is a reflection, I think, of what happened at the end of the 2024 season and, the players meeting and everybody taking proper accountability for what happened. So, Ryan Day has said all year that the issues are always there and it shouldn't take a loss to address them, correct them, and fix them. But, stuff like the red zone, lack of success, right guard or personnel matters with whether that's 13 or 14 personnel, not adjusting with Gabe Van Sickle and Protegra Shabola till it, was almost too late. This is the first time that we could look at this all year and be like, well, the head man did not deliver to his own expectations, his own standard, and the scoreboard reflected that. So I think all of those things, I don't know exactly who made every game planning decision, every play call in the moment. I know that we can objectively look at this, and Ryan Day is doing the same thing when he's looking in the mirror and saying that that was not his best head coaching performance, and he's going to have to do what we've seen from him in those 16 games that preceded it if the Buckeyes are going to win the national title again.
So when the bracket came out and you saw that they were going to be playing in Dallas on the 31st, and you saw that, two of the teams that they will play, or one of the teams that they'll play in that game is either Miami or A&M, where did your mind go if I pose you this question, A-Dub? Who is the better matchup, in your opinion, for Ohio State on the 31st in Dallas?
Yeah, I think that both of them have weaknesses that are clear, or they wouldn't be in the 7 and 10. They wouldn't be the door wouldn't have been open for Miami to be left on the outside. I actually think that the ceiling is higher for Miami. I think that they, if Carson Beck is protecting the football, they have weapons on the outside. We know that they have really, aggressive front seven and talented players on the front that could give Ohio State a problem. And I'm not saying that Texas A&M doesn't, because both of these teams have recruited very well. They've spent a lot of money to build their rosters. We all know that. When it comes to Ohio State recruiting battles, two programs that we hear a lot being involved are Texas A&M and Miami. So they have good players. I would say that Miami, on paper, I would give them a little bit of the nod there personally. That's if Carson Beck is at his best. Now, the flip side, you can just as easily make a case. I'm not trying to have it both ways, that Marcel Reed and the dual threat ability that he brings for the Aggies definitely, creates some issues and would put stress on Matt Patricia to deliver a great game plan again, which, again, I think he pretty much had that against Indiana and a Heisman Trophy finalist and Fernando Mendoza. Ohio State should win every game when they hold an opponent to 13 points. But, I think a little bit of Texas A&M's resume is fraudulent based on the schedule that they played. So if A&M advances, I like Ohio State to beat both teams, but the one that I think would be the more realistic threat to pulling an upset, keeping it close, however we want to view it, would be Miami for me.
Well, they both lost their last game. I'm talking about Ohio State and A&M, so you got that kind of motivation going for both of them. Good stuff, my man. Be well over the next little while, and we'll talk to you soon.
Can't wait. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good week.
Thanks, you too. That's Austin Ward. He was on the Brian Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Yeah, it's interesting because A&M obviously had the big scare at South Carolina, or at home against South Carolina, and came back and won that. And that was, but then you think, okay, they got their wake-up call out of the way, and then Texas gets them.
Mm-hmm.
And
rivalry game, yeah.
And Reed had a decent game, but he threw a couple picks.
Mm-hmm.
So I see where he's going. It's not a real perfect thing, because I do think Miami's more balanced. If Carson Beck, if you can't put him in a problem, then they're probably the more balanced team. A&M's a little more of the wild card. Mm-hmm. Their pass defense, and then their dynamic quarterback, but he's prone to make mistakes in the red zone. So
that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll come back with Tell the Truth. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
Do you hate holiday pictures because of your teeth? What if a brand new smile was possible?
No matter what the current state of your mouth.
Welcome to Runyon Dental Group, home of the Implant and Smile Center, where gorgeous, healthy smiles become a reality.
At Runyon, we've built a team of some of the most highly trained arch and implant doctors in the entire nation. This isn't an ordinary dental practice.
We believe that everyone can have a great smile.
Including you, especially you. Your new smile is waiting at Runyon Dental Group.
At Giant Eagle, we're here for the holidays because it's time to break out the family recipes. Because your get-togethers bring everyone together. Giant Eagle is helping bring the holiday magic home because it matters.
Skyline's Mac and Cheese 3-Way is back. This time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a Mac and Cheese 3-Way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili. at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Before you buy a diamond, visit Diamond Seller, because not all jewelers are created equal. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Seller. For over 78 years, we've set the standard for craftsmanship, service, and value. Our in-house jewelers and gemologists work together to ensure every diamond is as brilliant as the person you love. All backed by our guaranteed best price. We don't just sell rings, we build relationships that last generations. So this holiday, before you say yes, make sure it's with the jeweler that's been trusted for over 7 decades. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Get ready to play, win, and celebrate at El Dorado Scioto Downs, your ultimate Caesars Rewards destination. Earn rewards every time you play or dine with the most exciting loyalty program around. Take your pick from 1,700 hot new games, award-winning brews, and Guy Fieri's out-of-bounds 68-layer lasagna. And big news, Scioto Downs will host the prestigious Breeders' Crown in 2026, featuring 12 championship races. Feel the energy at El Dorado Scioto Downs, where Caesars Rewards never stop. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Visit Caesars.com/Scioto Downs for details.
Bills piling up? CME can help you wrap up your debt into one simple, manageable signature loan with rates starting as low as 8.75% APR. Instead of juggling stacks of statements, let CME help you unwrap peace of mind this season. APR from 8.75%. Terms and eligibility apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit CMEFCU.org.
The Christmas cash giveaways now at UDF. With UDrive Plus, 1 in 7 can play to win prizes instantly, including $1,000 weekly by buying specially marked items at UDF. No purchase necessary. Visit udrivecontest.com for official rules.
No one plans to get into an accident, but when it happens, we strive in making life easier for you. This is Justin Hinderer. The Hinderer Motor Company Collision Center is ICAR certified and certified by many manufacturers to provide the best quality repair available. All of our repairs come with a lifetime warranty. We have our own 24/7 towing service, so you never have to wait. Plus, we offer on-site rental cars for every lifestyle. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
All month long at Twin Peaks, celebrate National Dessert Month with sweet endings like our Cinnamon Toast Crunch Cheesecake topped with rum chata sauce, or the Twin Peaks Sundae with a warm Ghirardelli brownie. Pair it with a Screwball peanut butter whiskey for the ultimate game day finish. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
The Jackets are back at Nationwide for a battle with the Senators. Live fan coverage starts Thursday night at 6:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Right now, get 50% off all window styles from Window Nation at windownation.com.
Before we tell the truth, I do see that, you know, the old all-state playoff predictor had Ohio State as a 26% chance to win the playoff. And I feel like I don't understand the analytics. I don't. Because I would think that'd be, if they're the betting favorite and they don't have to play one game at a time, and presumably they'll either be a favorite or a pick-em or a tiny underdog in any game they play. Yeah. So I don't know. I know you have to win multiple games, but I never understood that number of 26%, because if you're telling me they have at least a 50% chance to win every game they play, then I don't know. I'm an idiot.
It's strange. No, you know, when it comes to
26.
math, I'm not your guy. So yeah,
sounds low.
When it comes to the playoff predictor, FPI, UTI, like all this stuff out there, like
the UTI. I don't want a UTI.
Gotta watch out for those.
I need some antibiotics or something.
Gotta watch out for those. Yeah, my mind kind of blows up. My mind kind of blows up when you're throwing all those numbers at me, man. But they got a shot. They got a legit shot, as much as anybody in the top.
Yeah, higher than 26%, I think.
Watch out for those UTIs, folks.
What do you got, Rhymes?
All right, so I'm going to bring some college basketball back into this because I have a stat that I think you guys would like for maybe place in the future or something like that.
A little sprinkle? Okay. Yeah,
yesterday was a pretty big day for college basketball. It was the Week 6 AP poll, and I know it's the AP poll that everyone gets upset about it. Everyone throws their arms up about it and how people vote.
What about the UTI poll? How's that one going?
I don't have note on that one, sorry. But the last 21 national champions were inside the top 12 of the Week 6 poll.
Okay.
So, if you look at this week's rank, which is the Week 6 poll, do you think I think you guys have watched enough college basketball this year so far to see like who the contenders are? Tell the truth, is the national champion in this top 12?
Yes.
The national champion.
Yeah, if you
top 12.
You give me the top 12 or the field, like I'm 100% taking it. 100%. Duke's a monster. Arizona's got depth up the you-know-what.
Yep. I like UConn a lot.
UConn's up there for sure.
Tell you what, man.
Looking at the rankings now.
Maybe my favorite 1-2 punch in the sport right now is DeBanza and Saunders at BYU.
Oh, they're nasty.
Those dudes, man. That is like...
Playing the Garden tonight against Clemson.
Are they? Okay. I'll have to tap into some of that in that Ohio State game as well. But, yeah, I'm with you, AR. One of the 12. I feel good about it. But I really enjoy watching Saunders and DeBanza get busy. That's a fun watch.
They're turning that team into something to watch.
Yep.
You're going to see a team in Illinois tonight against Ohio State that certainly has a lot of what it takes.
If the trend were to break, I think it'd be this year and probably with Illinois.
Okay. And they're right outside.
Where are they? 13?
They're
right outside.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's...
And window shopping.
I love the way... You got to love the way Bama scores, as
Every
always.
year. Love
the Zags... He made up for their loss pretty quickly.
What's Houston looking like? What's Houston bringing to the table?
I think they're still coming together. They've got a really good freshman.
Defense is great.
Yeah, defense is really solid.
Usually is, right, with them. Yeah.
They had a freshman go for 21 with 8 steals the other night.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different right there. Okay.
So,
all right, man. Hey, the freshmen around the sport right now, dudes are legit,
absolutely.
Man. These one-and-done guys probably are absolutely legit. If you haven't caught them yet, folks, being in the middle of football season, lock in on some of these freshmen, these diaper dandies.
Shout out my guy Caleb Wilson at Carolina.
I swallowed it very quickly.
That's right. 100%.
All right. Will next year's Ohio State at Texas game still happen? The way Sark has been with, we went up to Columbus.
Yes, it'll happen. It's got to happen. Think about how weird that would be. First of all, you're not canceling that game. It's an absolute monster.
Soft.
It's at home. It's a revenge game.
Too much money to be made,
moving forward, like stuff that isn't scheduled already. Okay, we won't know what we're missing because we won't know what we're missing.
Yeah.
But I feel like that game's on the schedule. You're not going to take this year and say, just cancel it.
I'm with you guys.
That would look weak.
I think we're absolutely seeing that game. Now, the question I have for both of you is, will we see both Julian Sand and Arch Manning? We know Julian's going to be there. But do you think Arch is going to be there too? Because there's some chatter. There's some chatter out there that, after Mendoza and maybe Dante Moore, he may be a guy that could,
I think he needs this year.
I agree.
I think he needs it more than anybody. He can't ride this hype train anymore. Like, you got to see it. And he showed something at the end of the year. So
I think after getting a year under his belt, if he were to come back, like, he could have the year that everyone was hyping it up to be for this year.
Yeah, it'd be in play. But
and that other kid that's leaving. I thought they had a kid that hit the portal. That should give me everything I want to know, that he knows Manning's staying.
Oh, the running back, CJ, is it Baxter?
No, Trey Owens, I think, was the depth chart behind him.
At quarterback?
That somebody left. And that would make me feel like if you're a 4-star recruit and you're there, he's been with Texas for a couple of years. If he's leaving, that means that Arch is staying. At least I'm going to read that.
No, I'm with you on that. But, yeah, that'll be a great quarterback showcase for sure if they're both playing. I can't wait.
Free Place and Ortiz.
Will the Colts get to the playoffs with Phillip Rivers?
I think they're cooked, they are. I think the Colts are cooked. I think this little magic carpet ride they went on for a long time, I think it's coming to a screeching halt because the Texans and the Jaguars right now, currently ahead of them in the AFC South. Jags are 3-1 in the division. The H-Town Texans are 4-1 in the division as well. And so I just think this is spiraling in the worst way for them at the worst time, because not only is it bad at the quarterback position with Daniel Jones being out of sight, out of mind for the rest of the season, who knows when Sauce Gardner's coming back, your other cornerback and Travarius Ward, who's a dude as well, is back in concussion protocol for a third time. I think it's cooked.
It's over because of the lack of the quarterback threat now and the fact that they have to go to Seattle on a tough week. Yeah. They've got to go to Houston. Like, I don't know, who are they stealing a wild card from?
I can get a twofer right here. I was going to ask this. Does this open a spot up for the Chiefs, or are they cooked too?
I mean, does it open the spot for the Chiefs? I don't think so. I don't know how the Chiefs are going to catch. The Chiefs would have to get in on a wild card. And while I like their schedule, they could beat Tennessee and they could beat the Raiders. That would get them to 8 wins. Even if they win out, yes, and I just don't see them doing it.
No, and then even Baltimore wins the tiebreak over Kansas City and Miami based off of the best win percentage in conference games. So they're up against it. Kansas City, I don't think they're getting to the dance this year. We're not seeing them. It's crazy to say. Crazy to say.
You two are the best in the business.
Thank you, Cole. Even though you're not here, I appreciate that. Hey, before we go, if you missed anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you got to do, folks, is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3, we'll be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the podcast as well. Bet365 is the sponsor of the old Rothman and Ice podcast. Real quick. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. Tomorrow on the show, we got going on?
Shefty will be on the show for sure tomorrow.
Yeah, got to ask him about Grandpa.
We get the old man Rivers.
Yeah.
We get that story and a lot more, and we'll talk to you then. Thanks for listening. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. New special guest